In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you. In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Elite FPL. We are almost on a daily podcast now, talking all things fantasy football, and so we've got some interesting news to announce today as well, some exciting news to announce. Hello Steve-O.
Good afternoon everybody, welcome. Yes, some It's been fun, hasn't it, over the last few days?
Yeah, it's been very interesting. I have to say, Steve, I really loved the stream you did yesterday. The impromptu stream you did at like midday-ish. What time was it you did it?
I think it was 11.
So you thought,
yeah.
sod it, I'm going to do it. And then you had some amazing callers on. One notably, FPL Dave, that came on the show. I thought it was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I'll say hello to everyone in the chat. We've got Adam Hack. We've got Grant Bassian, Zaid Ali, Archduchy of Australia, or hello to you. Neon Pop Tart, Sabri Malky. We've got Luke Jones there, Sean Harden, Abdulaziz, how you doing, my friend? Liam Healy, Lizimi, Semi-Sweet Potato, he'll be coming on hopefully in a moment. Summers, Tobias, all you guys. Some of you guys here have been waiting for like hours. I saw people waiting hours ago for this stream to start. So, yeah, I'm aware that the chat's not coming up at the moment. Don't worry, that will probably fix itself. It normally fixes itself at some point. Just Streamlabs being Streamlabs, I'd imagine on that one. But yeah, how you getting on, Steve-O, with your team? You said that you had 9 out of 11 players were nailed, no matter what. Have you done any tinkering to your team?
Test 1, 2. Can everybody in chat?
Oh, your microphone's really low, mate. I can't hear you. This is great, isn't it? The moment we get him on the stream, his microphone stops working. Can you turn it up, mate? You need to go into your settings on Skype and turn your mic up. This is great. Anyway, how are you doing, everybody? While Steve-O sorts out his microphone, how are you guys all doing? Techers 3773. We've got Daniel Nash, Tobias, Anurag. How you doing, buddy? John Harris there too. Jamie Hobbs. Are you all excited? Are you all excited? Matty 11, Robbie 17. We're excited for the finals tonight. Who's going to win tonight then? Who's going to win tonight? You got your gold membership, says Gabriel Durop. Nice. Bayern. Okay, it's looking like Bayern is the popular choice out of the two teams. Oh, hello. Say something, Steve-O.
Check.
Yeah, we can hear you, Steve-O.
I changed the microphone to Yeti and...
Yeah, well, that is your microphone. That's what it's called.
Yeah, but it's not... I've now put it back to default.
No, you're using the laptop microphone.
No, I know. That's what I mean. That's why I changed it.
That's why it sounds like... Right, unplug your Yeti, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Right, now go... Plug back in.
Yep.
Now try changing it to Yeti. The background music is loud. Yeah, I've been playing around with the settings of it a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. Is that a bit better now? Steve-O, can you hear me? You need to turn up your settings, mate. Oh, well, to switch it back to your default, we'll sort it out after the stream, man. We'll sort it out after the stream because I can't explain it to you over here. But yes, Semi-Sweet, if you want to come on into the waiting room, we'll get you on in a second. I want to talk to you guys about a new feature that's coming on to EliteFPL.com in the very near future, even possibly today. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Semi-Sweet Potato has been working on something quite special that is pretty much going to blow your mind. So, good evening, Semi-Sweet. Oh, hang on. Good evening, Semi-Sweet Potato. Can you hear me, mate?
I'm in.
Hello, dude. Can you hear me all right?
Hang on.
Hello?
I don't think I can hear you guys. Give me a second.
This is great, isn't it? The chat's not working, Steve-O's mic's not working, and Semi can't hear me. I can hear you, but you're about 10% microphone volume. You just need to turn your...
Wait, this is better.
You need to go into Windows settings, Steve-O. But I'm not going to tell you that. Right, you press the Windows key and then type in sound. Change the system sounds. Select your microphone Yeti. Right click. I'm not going to tell you all this now. Let's do it at the end of the stream when you switch to the default device. Semi-Sweet Potato, what's up, man?
All right, so where do we begin? So should we just drop it right away?
Mate, tell me, what you've been doing for the last 2 weeks?
I have been, the long and short of it is I have been rewriting the score predictor game we know and love and making it into something brand new. So yeah, you guys heard that. The Elite FPL score predictor is back with a new look and it's ready to be played for this season.
Wow, and it's been written by yourself and
completely.
How did you find writing this this score predictor? This is the first time you've ever done anything like this?
Well, this is my first time making a full stack web application, including actually building the content of the website and doing some stuff behind the scenes, hosting it, linking it up with a domain. The entire process. This is something that I've been wanting to learn for a while, and this was the perfect opportunity for me to take that and make it into something that hundreds, if not thousands, of you guys can enjoy. Well,
let's without any further ado, let's just bring up the score predictor itself. Oh, that's not it. 2 secs. So, Steve, are you there?
Yep. Yeah, live.
Right, here we go. Let's bring up the score predictor in 3, 2, 1. Boom! It's working. There we go. Magic. So this is the screen that basically people will see when they go into the new score predictor game, which will be live hopefully later today on the website. So talk me through it. So what do you see in front of you on the main screen?
So this is where you would register your team, and basically all you have to do is put in a team name. You can't take a name that's already been taken, and then just confirm your password, obviously. And then once you go into the score predictor page, you can sign in, and then there will be a form out, which is pretty much ready to go for you to type in some match predictions for game week 1. And essentially the way it works is you'll predict the score, and then every match will have one other feature attached to it. So for example, it could ask you to predict who's going to score first, which team will have the most shots, which team will have the most possession. Just another way to earn more points. And the whole
hang on. Let's just slow down a little bit, all right, for those people that are watching the stream. So the main screen, which I'm on at the moment, right? So I don't see any email address. So you sign up with just your team name. So that could be any team name, right? It could be your FPL team name you use, or just a random team name and a password, right?
Yep. Just try to make it as easy to access as possible.
All right, cool. That's cool. So we'll start off. So let's make a team name. So I'll just put test team, because I haven't seen this yet.
You've never logged in.
Well, I haven't logged in, no. I mean, make a password. And then you got this little thing to stop from robots from making accounts. So just select the traffic lights. There we go. Submit team. So you won't get any email or anything when you submit this team, will you? You just literally get an account will be created on the database.
I'm refreshing that right now to make sure that it's there, and it just popped up.
And you'll get a little message saying you've successfully signed up, and you click OK. Right.
Yeah.
Cool. So that
your password's been hashed. I can't see it. Everything is secure.
Cool. And then you go into the score predictor tab on the top, right? And this loads up the login page. So let me just quickly log in.
The team name is case sensitive though, so make sure.
Oh right, hang on.
Did you write?
Is it lower case? Is it?
I think you wrote test team.
Oh, was it test
team?
No,
you wrote. with a capital T. Capital test, capital team. I don't know what your password was.
Was there a space or just like that?
No, it was capital test, capital team, no space.
It's great, isn't it?
Wait, what? Did you type your password wrong?
I probably did. Yeah, I probably did. Yeah, right. This is how you do it, guys. Get your password right first time. Is there a space between test team?
No. Wait, is it just... I don't know your password. It's
There we go.
so
There we go. There we go. We're in, ladies and gentlemen. We got there in the end. Sorry for that. So we're in the score predictor game now. This is completely different to the last score predictor game that we had on the website. In what respect? Tell me what's different about this.
Honestly, I don't remember too much about that original game, but I think the big difference here is that it's not just going to be a case of do you get the score right. There's a lot of different ways to earn points in this game, and the bonus predictions as well are a good way to get some more points. So just trying to make things a little more interesting.
So you put your scores in here. So I reckon that Southampton will win 2-0 against Crystal Palace, and then the bonus will be who will score first, and you can then select from the list of players.
Or anyone, honestly.
Where is he? There he is. Danny Ings, definitely Danny Ings. There we go, boom. And then once you've filled through all your predictions for that game, you click on the save, and that then gets saved, I presume. And can you go back to edit afterwards, or is that one time only?
If you reload the page, it should grab your latest predictions, so that way you don't have to refill them all if you want to change one. And you can change it as many times as you want before the deadline.
Right. So when
once the deadline passes, it's locked.
When I click save predictions, it says that I need to fill in all the fields, right?
Well, I guess. I mean.
Okay. So let's assume I filled the fields in, all of them. I can go back to edit it, right?
Yes, and
cool.
The actual results doesn't show right now, but I could potentially drop some screenshots of how that looks. But
cool.
Once game week 1 starts, you'll see a separate thing on this page that will show you the scores and what you predicted and how many points you earned based on that match.
For the bonus questions, do you get an additional, extra points, i.e. 2, 3 points rather than just 1, or is it just 1?
The ones that are hard, for example, the ones that are like which team will have more of this will get you 2 points because those ones are easier to predict. But who will score first gets you 5.
Quite a big now that's what I want to hear. Brilliant.
So predicting the first goal scorer is something tough, but very worth it. And you can get up to 10 points from a match from predicting its score exactly right. But there's a bit of a breakdown, so there's so many ways to earn points.
Well, I just think it's brilliant that you've worked on this, and the time it's taken you to do it is just mind blowing. The fact that you've managed to get it working. Well, you've tested it, right?
I've done some tests. I've done 3 mock game weeks in a row. The ranking page was updating live. I'll try to make the format page a bit easier to read because that's where all the scoring rules are explained. I've tried to account for every single thing that could potentially go wrong. Like, for example, if the question is who's going to make more shots, and both teams have the same number of shots, I put in a tiebreaker of shots on target, and if that's still tied, then it just left as a tie. So I just had to try and think of all the possible scenarios that could potentially cause the game to go wrong, and I've explained that as best as I could in the format and rules page, and I'll be cleaning up the format on that to make it a bit easier to read.
That's amazing. Steve-O, did you have any idea that Semi Sweet Potato was working on this game at all? Did I mention it?
Yeah.
And what have you got to say about it? Will you be playing this week in, week out?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Of course, bloody well. It's the only thing I'm good at when it comes to predictions. I'm the only seem to do well at predictions, and I just love the fact that the bonus points aren't just an additional point. I love the fact that the harder the question, the more points you get. I think that's won it for me immediately. I think that's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
And I'm assuming there's a league table in this as well. So when you go up to the top, you've got rankings.
It's just game week 0 right now. It's kind of glitched, but I have tested it. Once scores actually start coming in, it will build the table.
Cool. And then there's a rules page for people to look at,
which I am cleaning up. It is a bit hard to read at the moment, but I'm trying to add like a transparent box around the text.
Yeah, so this is basically, guys, what you're looking at is a beta of a game that's going to be launched come game week 1. So there's still some polishing to do on the front end.
Stunning.
The back end has been pretty much coded. Is that right?
Yes. So SSO was added today. It's all secure and good to go.
And it's just a front end that just needs a bit of polishing. But yeah, this game will be ready to rock and roll come game week 1, guys. And we'll be making
even before that.
We'll be making it live tonight on the website, guys. We'll make it live tonight. So there you go. You guys can get yourself all prepared.
6 p.m. I'll be ready to go by 6 p.m. UK.
Okay, man. Cool. It sounds good.
And also drop it on my Twitter and everything.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna be playing this all the way through the season. So when it comes to doing the history, talking about the preview shows, we're going to be talking about what we feel the games, where the goals are going to be, what score predictions are going to be, and we're going to be playing this game to win it. And believe you me, Lino, if you're tuning in, my friend, we're not going to make it easy for you this year. We're putting in some wild cards. We're putting in some extra predictions that you need to come up with, goal scorers and such. But anyway, I hope you guys have really enjoyed that preview as to the new score prediction game that's going to be live very, very shortly. On the website also, I want to make mention that there is going to be an area of the website for those people who like to read blogs. There's been a few community members who have reached out to me and asked if they could possibly write some content for people looking to digest FPL blogs. And by all means, as normal, I give people the opportunity to do what they want as long as it's within reason. And on the website now, if we go back to the main website, you can see we've got something called Read FPL. Now, Read FPL, I did it yesterday. I created it. It's a subdomain of Elite FPL. So read.elitefpl.com will take you to the blogs. And this is community-driven content by members of the Elite FPL community. So there you go. All this stuff will be fleshed out over the coming weeks. We've got Blonde, Dread FPL, and a few others that are showing interest into starting some blogs off. So if you're interested in that sort of content, that's available free of charge through the elitefpl.com website. There you go. Any questions, please hit me up in Discord and we will talk about it a bit further. But yeah,
if you want to give me if you want to talk about the game directly, you can DM me on Discord as well, or even mention it on the stream chat now. But I'm gonna get back to work on polishing the site. Enjoy the rest of the stream, guys.
Thank you, Semi. I appreciate it. Massive. Give everybody a big clap for Semi Sweet Potato for helping us out. Cheers, buddy. And we'll speak soon.
It's the least I can do. All right.
Mate.
See you guys around.
Thank you. Cheers, dude.
Well, there you go. So what the community is what makes this place so awesome. And already we've seen people reaching out pre-season to add their own characteristics onto Elite FPL. And that's just going to be that's going to be brilliant going through that game this season. Would like to see someone write reports on every Elite FPL video. Like key talking points. Steve-O goes mad again. That could happen.
I want somebody, Mr. Blue Stamps, Nathan, to clip various things from the show. I think it'd be great. I think if if I was watching this live, I would just be clipping left, right, and centre. I do it with a lot of things, to be honest with you, and I just send it out there immediately. Just clip in bits and pieces and just send it out on Twitter. I think it's a great way of capturing the live experience of our show. I think it'd be brilliant.
Yeah, I'm very mindful. We have got callers waiting in the waiting room. We'll get you on very shortly. I'm also very mindful that the chat seems to be broken tonight for whatever reason. I have no idea why. So yes, get your questions ready. We're going to do the quick fire 4-minute call in, the FPL call in. Both Jason and Steve-O make some excellent points, but unless you watch the whole show, you could miss it. I mean, 2 hours is a long time. Absolutely. And I have adjusted my team, by the way, Steve-O. I don't know if you've noticed on screen, but I am happy with my team. This is going to be this is probably going to be 90%, right? 90% my team come game week 1.
It's a very nice team.
Thank you. What are the guys in the chat saying? Ings or Son? I've got Ings, to be honest with you. Good work. Everyone's saying good work, semi-sweet. If you want, Jace, I can give a thorough test. It's what I do for a living. Absolutely, man. Go for it. Firetog. And if anyone has got any ideas, or wants to help out with Elite FPL or what our community is, just hit me up on Discord. I'm always available. I'm always in, if I can't answer you straight away, I will answer you. Don't worry about that. I always listen to people's ideas because it's not all about me and it's not all about Steve-O. Also, I've had a few people speaking to me today about the Invitational League. They've been asking these questions about if I become a gold member, am I guaranteed to become to be invited into the Invitational League? And the answer to that is absolutely, because the email notification you get from becoming a gold member includes the invite code to join the league. So there you go. It's all automated. I don't do nothing, and we'll be giving away some stuff. In fact, I might pretty much next week. I might just give away something. I'm going to give away that Pookie cutout to one of the gold members. So if you want the Pookie cutout, all right, and you're not bothered about the league, just get a gold membership for the Pookie cutout. That's all I'm going to say. Honest FPL tips, Fantasy Premier League tips. Hey guys, would you rather go for Mitrovic or Bellerin for game week 1? Mitrovic. I've got a question mark on Tierney. I like the attacking potential of Tierney, but something about Mitrovic playing against Tierney I don't like. I don't know, but it's not just game week 1. Everyone overlooking both Mane and Salah. What, having both? No, I suggested that, Nicholas. Once the fixtures came out, I did actually say that Mane and Salah together is an option. Especially when it comes to price points, you could move one of those two across to KDB or Sterling. Ings first 2 weeks and then switch to Jimenez in game week 3, says Robbie17. I've got my plan, my friend. I've got my plan. So my plan is going to be involving Aubameyang and Salah switching out to Bruno. So Salah will become Bruno when they're in game week 2. I've already got it sorted. Don't worry, I'm going aggressive. I'm going to go start aggressive this season. Get some nice distance between myself and Steve-O, naturally. Give Eddie a shout out too. Eddie, who's Eddie? I don't know who Eddie is. Armstrong and Che Adams are a good cheap options for away into the Southampton attack. Steve-O knows about Che Adams, don't you?
Yeah,
is he still in your team?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
okay.
There's a very high chance he'll probably become Mitrovic. But,
why is that?
Because again, I don't want to be wasting transfers. I want to be having players that I want to have for an X amount of time, and bringing transfers that I actually want to be doing rather than wasted. I.e. why I want to have Doherty rather than Vinagre, Mitrovic instead of Adams, because Fulham's fixtures are absolutely superb, and I really do think that with all these promoted teams every year, 2 out of the 3 always do really, really well, just like the first 10 game weeks or so, and it's usually their talisman that sticks out. And Mitrovic for me, It's somebody that I don't really want to be bringing in when I want to be bringing in KDB and Sterling. Aguero. Sorry, Sterling and Aguero. Game week. So.
Aguero. Hello, Andrew Martin. How you doing?
Yeah, looking for your tips on Leeds.
Hello, Waz FPL. Anurag, we are. Elite FPL draft competition Fantrax blog will be coming out. We'll be hopefully creating a game week by game week breakdown of both Division 1 and Division 2 league. Anurag, if you want to do a blog, you're more than welcome to talk to me and we can set you up with a login for Read FPL. And also in relation to the Fantrax, the draft league that we're doing, Elite FPL, I will be doing all of my content regarding my draft on member-only streams and uploads. So basically, when I'm talking about my draft on Fantrax, it'll be for the members. So members, you'll be getting all of those videos. There you go. And if I go through with my idea of doing Sky, I might throw in Sky Fantasy Football as well into that mix at the same time. But from what I've been told by people that have played Sky, is that it completely divides your attention and time from Fantasy Premier League. So it's Fantasy Premier League will always be at the forefront and my priority of everything else. And my worry is that I won't take the Sky Fantasy that seriously as a result. But I'm going to go into it. I'm going to go into it with a bit of a taster, dip my toes in, see what it's like, get some advice from people if people want to give me any. I got muted. I was in the waiting room, but I got muted. Nicholas, what were you doing? What, a mod muted you? Maybe your mic was making noises or something. Hello, it's Chemo. I'm furious with the Premier League. I can't own 3 assets for Leeds. Really keeping an eye on Cliche and Provida at 4.5. I wouldn't want to own 3 Leeds assets, to be honest. I was looking at Leeds before the fixtures came out, and then as soon as the fixtures came out, I was like, right, that's enough of that then. My kids Eddie and Lewis are watching for tips. Tristan, hello to Eddie and hello to Lewis. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Hello, Mr. Moonwalker. Nice to see you here again. Mitrovic is a card maggot, but he scores goals, Mika. That's the thing. He does score goals. If you play fan team, talk about it. Gatam, I will be. Like I said, I'm going to keep this channel's Fantasy Premier League, so all the Fantrax stuff will be members content. Right, let's see who we have in the waiting room. We've got a few people here. We've got Vince. Oh, we've got to get Vince on. Vince Chapman, are you there? Can you hear me? Oh, God. Steve-O's doing the impressions again. Vince, you're live on air, my friend. You got yourself muted. I can't hear you.
He's worried that we're going to get into a fight.
Oh.
Scared.
Oh.
We bowled it.
Oh. He'll be back. He'll be back. He'll be back. Don't worry about it. He'll be back. Let's bring on Dureco. Good evening, Dureco. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
How's it going, guys? You alright?
Yeah, not too bad. You've been playing much Call of Duty? Last time
yeah, a little bit, man. I've been terrible recently, though, man. It's not going well. Last time I spoke to you, we were doing pretty good at. Well, I'll say you were doing good at Call of Duty. I wasn't. How you been, mate? You alright? Yeah, good, man. Just starting to plan on my FPL season, so doing as much as I can on that side of things. Making new drafts every day, following the news as much as I can, and you know how it is. We all do the same thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. Have you got any? Let's bring up your team. Give me a second. I'm just trying to work out why it's not coming up. There we go.
There's no point, Jace. It's exactly the same as yours.
Is it really? You got exactly the same team as mine?
Nah, not exactly the same. Not
Come
exactly
on.
the same.
Well, I've got a different goalkeeper or something like that. Is that it? You've got a different goalkeeper?
Well, different goalkeeper. Couple differences. I mean,
what time? Oh, there it is. I see now. There we go.
Yeah, you see it?
I see it, mate. Hang on.
It's quite similar. It's quite similar. I feel like there's a lot of players this season that a lot of people are going to have just because the price points fit, right? So Mitrovic is going to be in a lot of teams. I feel like Werner, a lot of people are interested to see on what he's going to do. So obviously people are going to have him in their teams, or same with Ziyech. I feel like people are excited that they've proven themselves in their own leagues. Especially he's done it at a higher level in Bundesliga, so I feel like he can carry that on. We've seen players come from Bundesliga before, like Aubameyang, like Pulisic, and they have done it in the Premier League to an extent. So there's no reason why Werner can't come in and start performing well. Ziyech, obviously he's from the Eredivisie, so it's not the greatest league. It's not as competitive as the Premier League, but he's done it in the Champions League. So that's against the top teams in the world every game. So you'd think he'd be able to do something in the Premier League. But the only worry is who starts, etc. And so that's why we're going to have to watch pre-season friendlies and see if we can get an idea from there. And then I've got Pepe in. I'm hoping Pepe, he didn't do as bad as people say last season. I feel like now that he's got a season under his belt, he can maybe step it up a bit, and especially against Fulham. Well, we don't know how Fulham are going to be this season, but hopefully it's a weaker team so we can see how he does. And then if he doesn't start performing well, then I can move to say a Greenwood or a Pulisic once he comes back from injury. So yeah, what do you think of the team? What are some things that are sticking out to you guys?
Well, Pepe for a start. I mean, I've gone with Aubameyang. I think that was pretty much surefire for me once the fixtures came out, and the fact that he's now a midfielder getting more points. I think he's still going to have a crazy 20+ goal haul season. Pepe for me. Are you not worried about possible rotation with Willian in the mix now?
Not really. I feel like Pepe will definitely start this season. I don't see, obviously, Willian is a great player, and obviously, I'm a Chelsea fan. He does the job, but I feel like Arsenal would like to start the season quite explosive, and I think the explosiveness will come more from Pepe than from Willian, especially if they're trying to score goals. I mean, Willian, he's a creator more than a goal scorer, as you can see from his stats. He's never scored more than 10 goals, I don't think. So I think Pepe will start the season, in my opinion. Obviously, we'll see. We've got the Community Shield next week. So I think whoever starts that match could be a great indicator on who will start the season. Obviously, we'll have to look out for injuries and what's going on with match fitness, etc. But I think that would be a great indication of what's to come, for sure.
Stevo, he's gone with Harry Kane up front.
Good pick.
Yeah.
I think the front three are excellent. Absolute sublime. Really, really good. Scary, in fact. Absolutely scary, that front three.
Yeah. Because initially I had Aubameyang and Ings, I think. But then I changed it to Pepe and Kane, and I've got 0.5 in the bank as well right now. And so to me it looks better than Ings and Aubameyang. I don't know why, I have a better feeling about this combination.
Kane and Pepe versus Ings and Aubameyang.
Yeah.
Oh mate, it's all day long Ings and Aubameyang, surely. Can we would you like me to ask the hive mind?
Feel free.
Kane and Pepe versus Ings and Aubameyang. Guys in chat, if you've got a second of your life spare, would you mind just writing in chat what your thoughts on those two options would be in your mind? What would you prefer? Let's just see what the hive mind says. Oh dear. Okay.
Definitely, they're going to say Aubameyang and Ings. I'd say Aubameyang is much more, well, not proven, but recent form. Aubameyang is much better than Kane. And I'd say over a whole season, definitely Ings and Aubameyang. But just to start the season, I think Kane and Pepe could do something special. This isn't like it's my final team and I'm saying, oh, they're going to do this. I could end up with neither player at the end of the day. But it's just a thought process that I was going through. Just to give to look at something different, because I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, I've got to have Aubameyang, oh, I've got to have Ings. They're so strict, and I think that stubbornness is taken away from their creativity in the FPL teams. So I feel like now is the chance to like experiment, see what people think, and and maybe come up with something new that people haven't seen before, obviously. But yeah.
Steve-O's got a grin on his face. What's up, Steve-O?
I was just laughing at the record. Getting angry. It's fantastic. Of this team here, how many of these players are 90% certain to be in your game week 1 team?
Arnold, Doherty, Werner, and Mitrovic.
4.
I'd say those are staples, and probably Dubravka as well. To be honest with you, I think I'm going to go with Dubravka the whole season.
Tell us why. It's a differential on a lot of people.
Yes, if I had the 4.5 million choice of Ryan before the fixtures got announced, and then I saw first game of the season Chelsea, just put me off straight away. I don't know why, but put me off. I don't want to start the season with a player that's playing against Chelsea for obvious reasons. And then I was looking at I don't know who it was, maybe Andy or someone talking about 5 mil options, and I started having a look because initially I was like 4.5. I'm going for the cheapest keeper possible, but then I had a look, and I think Dubravka, he's a solid keeper, and in a better team he'd perform a lot better, I think. But Newcastle aren't too bad defensively against the big teams. They're always going to try to defend and get a 0-0 or 1-0, and so I feel like he can do a job for me if I keep him all season. Don't change him in and out. I think he can definitely do a job for me for sure.
Who are you going to be getting rid of? Game week 3? Who are you taking out? I assume Pepe, right? I'm going to replace him with.
I'm going to try and move. I definitely want Fernandes in my team. I think he's going to go massive this season. I'm quite disappointed. Well, not disappointed, but I'm sad that they aren't playing game week 1, United and City. Because if they were, I'd 100% have Fernandes in my team. I think he's going to be. He could break records next season, in my opinion. He's a class player.
So come game week 3, what's your plan? Are you just going to tactically do transfers to navigate around the fixtures and to bring in City and United players, or are you thinking of an early wild card?
Nah, not an early wild card. With my previous team that I had, I don't know if you remember, I asked you, what do you think of a game week 1 wild card? But not with this sort of layout, definitely not. It'll be more of a tactical, seeing who's performing, how they're looking. Are they looking down? Have they had an unlucky game? For example, say Kane in his first game or 2, he gets a lot of chances but doesn't score. Okay, it's just unlucky. His form might come. But say he's having a shocker, then he'll be moved out, and then start moving towards putting that money in the midfield for like a De Bruyne or Aguero.
Swap to Aguero.
Yeah, you've got the ability to bring in the powerhouse that we know to be Aguero. I've got a suspicion that
he's been out for a bit though, so I want to see.
Yeah, but it's Aguero, mate. It's Aguero.
Yeah, of course.
You know, it's that ability to just be able to switch out to him is so nice and relaxing, knowing that. Whereas others would have to take possibly a -4 and shuffle around their team a little bit. I just want to, on a side note, hello to everybody. Anyway, if you're new to the channel as well, thank you ever so much for dropping in with us. We are an FPL call-in show. I'm Jason, and with me is Steve-O. We will be doing a lot of content throughout the pre-season. We're known for our pretty much marathon stream sessions, so we've got a lot to enjoy and look forward to. We've got 336 people tuning in at the moment, which is pretty close to a record. So thank you ever so much. And if you would be so kind to hit that like button, it will help us on the YouTube algorithm, because recently we've noticed the more likes we get, the more new people seem to find out about us. Our Discord is growing crazy. We're at well over 1,500 members. We'll be closing in on 1,600 members probably by the end of the weekend, which is just mind-blowing. And it's just a lot of good feedbacks coming in from that. Good evening to Liam. Hello to Mitch Cutts, Michael McAteer, Chris Jago's back. Hello, Chris. How you doing, mate? Rest in Pilgrim. Nana Yar's there. It's Chemo too. Any final thoughts, Dereka? I mean, your team is looking sweet, and I mean, again, Pepe, not too. I would personally go Aubameyang and Ings. You've gone Kane and Pepe. If you're going to stick with it, you've got that price point up front to switch to Aguero if he needs be. But I just like the options in midfield really this year, and I'm not looking to go too much cash up front. that might come back to haunt me come game week 1 deadline. I'm sure Steve-O might make mention if I go with a front three like you, because I did have Kane in my original declared draft. I did have Kane. I think I had Son and Kane in that, so who knows? It can all change. But anything you want to say before we move on for the next caller?
No, I won't hog too much more time. I know there's a lot of people waiting. I just want to say, as usual, keep up the great content. I love it. I haven't been in as active because I'm working right now. I'm a manager now, so just all my time is at work. Yeah, so I'm very busy, but still, I pop in as often as I can.
Mate, I know what managers do, so you ain't busy, mate.
No, I'm not. I'm not one of those managers. But last thing, I'm very excited for the Invitational League. It's gonna be
part of it, are you?
Yeah, for sure.
A waste of 25 quid for you then.
We'll see about that. We'll see about that.
We're all on even keel, mate. It's all good. It's going to be really. The rivalries are starting to bubble up already. Trust me, it's going to be great. It's going to be really good. It's good fun. Thank you,
Lovely,
Dereco.
guys.
Cheers,
Thank
buddy.
you for having me. Thank you. Take care.
Speak to you soon. Right, let's see if we could try and bring on Vince Chapman, long-time supporter of our show. Vince Chapman, come on, my friend. Let's see if your microphone's going to work. Vince, can you hear me, mate? Hello, Vince. Vince Chapman, can you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Cool. Could you just turn your mic up or get closer to your microphone? Because you're really quiet, mate.
Okay, 1 second.
Anyway, while we're waiting for Vince to turn his mic...
Well, it seems to be the loudest I can go.
All right. Okay. Cool. How you doing, Vince? How's things?
Yeah, good. Great. Thanks for asking. You?
Yeah, really, really good. Thank you. Have you posted your team in the team screenshots?
Yes, it's underneath Dre Zera's name, 1600 hours. He's titled it Vince's team. Looking good. Okay. Looking very similar to someone's team that you're a co-host with, Jason. That Martial pick's coming well, hasn't it, Vince?
hang on. Where was he posted it? 1600?
Yeah, Dre Zera.
No.
What are you on about?
1700.
5 o'clock. There we go. We're not even at 5 o'clock, mate. Team screenshots.
Team screenshots to today, 5 p.m. Oh,
That's
yeah, 5 p.m. I'm in Norway. Sorry.
That's what I'm saying, Jace. He's put it, Dre Zera's posted it for him.
Oh, Vince's team. Oh, right. This is it. Right. So, right. For those of you watching, having no idea what I'm on about, someone posted his team on their behalf, so that's why I couldn't see it. There we go. So, Vince, this is your team.
Yeah.
Are you confident?
So really. Last season wasn't great, so I haven't got great confidence going into this one. We'll see what happens, really.
Right.
It looks almost identical to mine, Vince.
Well, I was saying to Dre, Steve was going to say, oh, it's looking a bit templatey, isn't it?
I'm not saying it's template, I'm just saying it
No,
looks similar to mine. What's different is Son instead of Mount, Thomas instead of Doherty, and Walker Peters instead of Dyer. Yeah. Mitrovic, but I'm looking like I'm probably going to bring it. It's a nice team, Vince.
It's a very nice team. Vince. I think you've gone with the powerful midfield there. You've got that Spurs coverage that people are just... you either jump on it or you don't. You've got two up front. People talking about the 3-5-2 as a very, very serious formation to start the season with. People loving the potential points there in midfield, with the likes of Aubameyang now been shifted there, and Ziyech new to the Premier League at such a tempting price. Zon's not too bad at 9 million either. I think that team is pretty much the template that I've seen being banded around, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. People say, "Oh, that's a template. That's a template." It's actually not a bad thing at all. That team is very nice, and I think if I didn't go with a 3-4-3. If I didn't go with the 3-4-3, then I would be going with the 3-5-2, and I'd be sacrificing money in attack to go with the likes of Son in midfield, to go with my midfielders, much like what you've done there.
Well, I had exactly what you probably had. I had Ings in as well, and I had no Salah, and I had Greenwood on the bench. And then I was just, Greenwood on the bench. If I want him next week, I can bring him in.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, really good team. Steve, you got anything else to add on that?
Yeah, genuinely, what's your plan for the Manchester clubs, or is it just don't worry about it? What are you thinking?
Well, I got a plan till game week 9, so I'm pretty chilled now, just watching all the chickens cluck and get frustrated and work.
9 game week plan. Do you want to kind of give a general insight into what that plan is? Or?
Bruno in.
Sorry, Vince. I'm very sorry, mate, but your microphone is pretty intermittent and very quiet at the moment. Hopefully, we can get it sorted. But I think you said about bringing Bruno in.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. But you were saying about bringing Bruno in. Is that right?
Yeah, probably game week 9.
Game week 9.
Yeah.
Wow, you're leaving it to game week 9. I'm going to get him in game week 2.
Yeah, but I mean, game week 2, and then he's got 5 other hard game weeks. So out of the 7 that he's only got 2 good ones. So I think I could either have Bruno or Salah, and I think Salah's got a better run till then.
Salah's got Chelsea game week 2, and I'm switching him to Bruno.
Yeah, that's the only thing. If you hop over these couple of bad game weeks that Ziyech has and Salah has, then they've got greens up, and you're not going to want to swap them. So I'm going the opposite of what.
But then Aubameyang's got Liverpool. Aubameyang's got Liverpool game week 3. Then I'm going to switch him out to Salah again. So Aubameyang will become Salah game week 3.
So you switch Salah twice instead of keeping Salah and just
exactly.
We all know this won't happen, don't we, Vince?
Yeah, it's all right.
I've
already got my plan. Don't you worry. I've already got my plan.
I mean, yeah, I'm doing Aubameyang to KDB game week 3.
So basically, it'll be Aubameyang, Salah for me in my team, pretty much, and then Aubameyang. So Salah will then become Bruno, and so because obviously the Chelsea fixture, I'll bring Bruno in. I'll keep Aubameyang with Bruno, who's got Crystal Palace, which is a really nice fixture. Aubameyang then's up against Liverpool, so I then switch back to Salah to team up with Salah and Bruno. Bruno's got a Brighton, I think. Is it game week 3 Brighton? And Salah's at Arsenal. So yeah, I think I am pretty confident with the aggressive.
So long though.
Nah.
The price rises, and then one of them's going to be out of your range. And
yeah, the plans in this game. People seem to play this game like at the start. They're going into this game as if it's Sky, and it's like this isn't Sky fantasy football. This is a completely different game. And like you've just mentioned, Vince,
they totally forget like last season as well. It's like how bad it could have got.
It's like you said, the price changes. Okay, yes, Salah to Fernandes isn't actually that much going to do anything, but certain other players.
Salah have got a raise at the same time. Or
Yeah.
Bad fix, I take Salah out instead. But yeah, it might last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But yeah, fair play. I'm just keeping one of those 12 million slots. So whoever's got a good fixture, you can swap them in. And
12 million slots are going to be really important, and having 2 of those 12 million slots, I think, is the way forward with the midfield this season. Thank you ever so much, Vince. Hopefully, we can sort your microphone out for next time. When you hear it back, you'll know exactly what I mean. But it's probably your Windows settings, to be honest. I'll give you the same advice as Steve-O, really. But anyway, thank you, Vince. Cheers, buddy.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
You take care. We'll speak soon, yeah, Vince?
All right, mate.
We'll speak soon, buddy.
No
take care, mate. Bye. Vince Chapman.
Jason.
Yeah, Vince Chapman, long-time supporter of the show. We've got Trini Youth. Good evening, Trini Youth. How are you today? You're live on the show. Trini, if you just unmute your microphone, we'll be able to hear you, my friend. Bring your team up on the screen, ready for you. Hello, Trini. How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Yeah, I'm also I'm very, very good. I've got a plan. I'm gonna finish in the top 100. But enough about me and my plan. What is this team that I've got up in front of me? 4-4-2 with a triple up of Southampton.
Yeah.
Talk me through it then.
Well,
So,
I actually believe Armstrong will do good this season. You know, and Danny Ings will continue his form.
Yeah, I think Armstrong is a very, very quality player. Southampton, like Steve-O was saying, they finish the season strong. They do look like they're gelling quite well. Would I consider tripling up? And obviously McCarthy and Ings, yes, but would I consider bringing in a midfielder? That is a question. Steve-O, when you see Trini's team, what immediately piques your interest?
Nothing really. It's just a nice, well-balanced team. Double livable defence, though. What's the thinking behind that?
Well, it's actually either between the double Liverpool defense or the Son instead of Robertson. I think just having thier, not cutting it.
Yeah, it's a 3-4-2. Sorry, it's the 3-5-2 over the 4-4-2, which I think is going to be more popular at the start of the season. With what you've just said, with people having that price point, 9 million in Son in, and only sticking with Trent Alexander-Arnold as their main expensive asset at the back. I think your team's very, very similar to other teams we've seen. Jimenez, I think, for me, I don't think I'll be going with Jimenez starting off with the season, but you could be in for some points there. On the ticker, am I right in saying that it's got Sheffield United as a red fixture? I don't think that's it's a red for does. Me. It's whereabouts are you from, Trini?
I'm from Trinidad actually, the Caribbean.
Oh, nice. Oh, you're not too far away from Firetog over at Bermuda then. So how long have you been watching us, Trini, if you don't mind me asking?
I actually started at the beginning of last season.
All right, and how are you finding the show? And is this the first time you're on Discord?
Yes, first time actually. I actually messaged, in terms of how to join, and one of your moderators actually put me onto y'all. Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty straightforward, isn't it? Someone in the chat said earlier on that all they see is a welcome message. You just got to read through the rules and then type in the command at the bottom, and then you get full access, completely free, of course. Why anyone would charge for it is beyond me. But yeah, seriously though, what's the weather been like in Trinidad then?
Oh, well, it's been rainy so far.
Rainy?
Yeah.
So cool. Anyone in your team other than Robertson switching out to Son that you're not certain of?
I actually wanted to take out Danny Ings for Che Adams, but I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I'm not too sure how he'll perform coming down to the end of last season. He was picking up some form, so I don't know if he will continue his form.
Would that be to upgrade Armstrong or to release funds for another move?
Yeah, to upgrade Armstrong.
Okay. What could you upgrade Jimenez to Kane as well if you did that?
I'm not too fond of Kane.
Not interested in Spurs whatsoever then?
Unless it's Son.
Right, Son's the only one that you're interested in.
Yeah, Son is the only one. He seems to be bringing in most of the points, and he's a midfielder compared to Kane, so he get the additional clean sheet points and he get the extra goal points. So yeah. Cool.
Okay, Steve, you got a question for Trini or?
Well, I haven't, but Coolio Tooth has. But to be honest with you, it's quite a regular question.
Oh yeah. Ask him anyway.
Exactly is if you do have a plan for the Manchester players?
It depends on how Aubameyang perform in the first two game weeks. So it all depends on if Aubameyang, runs off with it, he'll stay in my team, or if not, I'll bring in Bruno Fernandes for the Crystal Palace game, I believe.
Yeah, well, I think that's a bit of I mean, Bruno Fernandes will be in a lot of managers' teams. But I think game week 2 onwards, I think we'll see people bringing him in. What are you waving at, Steve-O?
The Linguistic Llama's here.
Hey, how you doing?
Stevie boy!
Trini, man, thank you for coming on the show. It's your first time on the show. Thank you.
Yeah.
We've got some callers to get through, but looking at your team, mate, it's a very, very balanced team. You've got the popular picks in there. You've got Armstrong, you've got Ings from Southampton. Do you need to have both? Could you release some money? You could take Robertson out, you could upgrade to Son. That's probably what I would do. But play your own game. If you think that Liverpool are going to start off really brightly against Leeds, then Robertson could easily outscore Son. So it's a lot of things to consider. And it's more importantly, it's the price points though. The price points in midfield are going to be really important. That extra money in midfield might pay dividends come game week 2, game week 3 onwards. You're a star. Thank you for coming on, Trini. And I hope to speak to you again soon.
Yeah, keep up the good work. You know, you all have really been entertainment to a lot of people. So keep up the good work.
Mate,
cheers, dude. Thank you.
As long as we keep getting the callers on, we'll keep doing the streams. Thank you ever so much, Trini. We'll speak to you soon. Take care.
All right, take care.
Trini from Trinidad, guys. Wow, other side of the world. We've still got other callers waiting to come in. If you want to have your voice heard and come on the show, invite.gg/Elite FPL Discord server is open to all walks of life to come on and to discuss everything fantasy football. We've got Redmond or RX Dumond in the waiting room there. We'll bring him on next. Yes, Steve, let's hope to see a completely different team. And you've been a bit quiet, Steve, so this one can be your caller. You can ask him a few questions when you see his team. Here we go. Redmond, you're on air. How you doing, my friend? Redmond, can you hear me?
Hello.
Redmond, what's going on, my friend?
Yeah.
Mute the stream. Listen to us in Discord. Steve-O, fire away.
Yo.
Good afternoon, Redmond. How are we?
Yo. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you guys?
Yeah, we're great. It's the same old format, really. Let's talk fantasy football. And you've got a very, very different team, haven't you? It's Leno, Alexander-Arnold, Vinagre, Peters, Redmond, Aubameyang, Ali, Perez, Adams, Jimenez. I mean, this is
a very, serious very team? Different. Is this like deadly serious? Like, because there's a lot of faces I'm seeing here. Perez, Ayew, Ali, Redmond, that are not being considered by a lot of the wider FPL community, and I understand why they're not, because they're not at the forefront of people's minds when they look at their respective clubs. But they're not bad players, are they?
No. In truth, there's value all around the pitch, I think, but there's certainly what I'd say 5-6 players there that's going to change before game week 1 for sure.
Okay, Steve-O, fire away.
Well, you can't even don't question the triple Southampton, because we were third. I'm a massive Southampton fan. Obviously, there's a bit of bias there for sure, but third in the form table after the restart. Favourable fixtures, in truth, if you just look at them on paper, but it's just those inconsistencies whether we can perform.
No, but you're I would never ever question someone's reasoning as to why they're getting triple. I just want to know you're confident in your ability to do really well in the opening fixtures.
Mm-hmm. And it's a risky one to go with it from the start, but I think with the reduced time to obviously plan your wild card, I think this is a season to sort of try out new people from the get-go, because you don't want to be trying them out 4 weeks in when you're already behind.
I mean, that's a sound logic, but Perez, Ayew, I mean, what is the thinking behind that? Because I don't like them two at all. I mean, the rest of the team I understand, but them two.
Yeah, I think Ayew's a weird one. He'll probably go. But Perez, I don't know if he can start and he's away into that Leicester, attack. I mean, Maddison's been changed out in my team every other day, really. But
are you not worried about the fixture swings and getting in Manchester players with just having that 112 million price point in midfield?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I like to back my decisions for 3-4 game weeks. I don't like to jump on knee-jerk reactions. Like if someone scores game week 1, I'm not going to be like, I need to get him in straight away. I'll back the people that I've chosen, because I've obviously chosen them for a reason.
It looks like you're just trying to spread all your money around all the positions, really, as opposed to actually throwing cash into high-value players. It's certainly a different taken a different strategy at playing the game. But obviously, historically, we've seen the big heavy hitters priced at a premium for a reason. The likes of KDB, the likes of Sterling, the likes of Aguero and such, Salah, Mane. We all know that these players have got ridiculously high ceilings. Redmond, Ali, Perez, on the other hand, probably looking at maybe a goal or an assist. You're not going to really get hat tricks from them, are you?
Well, I guess that's the beauty of football. You don't know.
No. I'm just going on experience, purely talking from experience over the last 6 or 7 seasons, more so than actually trying to predict the future. However, we all know football is a strange game, like you've just said. I mean, anything could happen, especially at the start of the season, where clubs are going in fresh starts and all that. They want to try and prove a point. Could happen. Certainly is a different way of thinking, and certainly if your stars align, it could end up being a massive green arrow breaking into the top 10,000, the top 100. You never know, especially with those players you've got on your team.
It's a risky one though, but
it's a massively risky one, because not only the thing is that there's the players that play it safe, and then there's the players that play it kind of a little bit maverick by having the main foundation of the team, the popular picks or the popular captaincy choices, and they might have 1 or 2 differentials or 1 or 2 players that maybe just on the fringes that people aren't really considering that could kind of give a haul. But then you got the other players like yourself who are looking to try and throw that money around your team, bring in the lesser owned assets from certain popular clubs, and hoping to strike gold from them. And it could happen. I mean, it could happen. Personally, I don't like the look of Ali myself, but if the right Dele Alli starts to play football, we know that he can score goals if he's not playing Fortnite or other bits and pieces. Or but seriously, we tell everybody that go with your gut and your feeling on everything.
I just think what's the fun in having 11 players that have all got 20-30% ownership, and just week in week out just changing your team depending on what YouTubers you're watching that. Okay, that's fair enough. But what happens if it goes horribly wrong? You're gonna have to wildcard, aren't you? That's the thing. Yeah, and then I'll bring in.
How many weeks are you gonna give it before you consider that international break?
Yeah, before I consider the wildcard, yeah. But I'm known for, like, my friends always take the piss because I'm like -4 every other week sort of thing, just trying out different people. But
you say you're a massive Southampton fan.
Yeah.
You've brought RU in. It starts off at home to Southampton.
Yeah.
Is that just purely because you were priced out of anyone else?
To an extent, like when I look at the options that I've got for that value, it's
I mean, fair play. I mean, you've got a plan. Lots of people may have a different opinion on you, but at the end of the day, that's what we like to see on this show. We like to have people with different opinions speaking their mind. And who says that they know more than you? We haven't even seen a game played yet. We haven't even seen the ball's not even been kicked. So I would be very interested, Redmond, for you to come on the show. We're going to be probably doing a bit of a marathon stream game week 1. All right. If you are free to come on for the deadline, if you are free to come on at any time during that weekend and your team looks like this, I'll be very interested to talk to you.
Okay.
Redmond, you're a star, mate. Thanks for coming on. No. It doesn't sound good. Why doesn't it sound good? No, it's just because it's different. And if your team does differently, then there's a good chance that everyone else is going to be looking at it from below you, isn't it? So it'll be interesting. Redmond.
That's why I jumped on, because I was fed up of seeing like the same team every time someone came on, sort of thing, with like 2 different players.
And how, in a percentage-wise, how many players a year will be in your final team come game week 1?
I'd say 5 will be gone, I reckon. Maybe
5.
4.
Okay, maybe 4. Okay. Redmond, thank you for coming on, mate. We'll speak to you again hopefully soon.
you.
Take it easy, buddy.
See you later.
Redmond there with an interesting Game Week 1 team selection. We've got Boona, FPL Boona, that's jumped in the on-air channel.
Before we get on Boona, Firetalk's screaming, he's shouting, he's wondering why on earth we're not getting on Jedemiah Corbyn. He was on yesterday. Let's find out, I think. Well,
he was on yesterday, wasn't he?
He was, but Firetalk's screaming at us. He's telling us, you've got to get him on, else I'm gone.
Right. Okay. Jeremy Corbyn. Hello.
Hello.
Why have we got to throw you on the stream? What have you been talking to Firetalk about?
I'm just going in a few minutes, so I've got to get on now, or I won't get on really today, so it'd be nice to get on today again, I think.
What's so different about your team today than... Was it yesterday you came on?
Yeah, it's because I've changed my plan for the next few game weeks, really, because I'm going a bit different, I think. I came on when, I've forgotten what his name was, but someone who had the exact same team as I do now. I think it was 2 or 3 people ago. Trini Youth, yeah, so the exact same person as me. Same team as me, but I think I'm going to go for Martial, then Vardy, and I might even bring in someone like Bruno and Greenwood as well and go triple Man United, just to mix it up a bit.
Right, so Martial, Bruno are going to be in your team for Game Week 3?
Yeah. Anthony Martial for Game Week 2. And then I'll bring in Bruno for Game Week 3.
Okay, so the popular 3 Man United assets, Martial, Greenwood and Bruno in your team. And who's going to be making way for them then?
For them, it'll be Ings will make way for Martial, Aubameyang for Bruno, and Ziyech for Greenwood.
Ziyech? Okay. Yeah. I've noticed you've gone Jimenez. You're not considering Werner?
I did consider him, but it's just he's too much for me. 1 million more, and I know he's got high ownership, but I've not seen him in too many teams. I think Jimenez consistently gets 7-8 points, so especially then I'm in a bit of a predicament when then I've got to get rid of Werner for game week 4, 5, 6 when Jimenez has really nice fixtures.
It's a long time though to save up transfers though. I mean, I'm looking at this. You got Robertson and Alexander-Arnold, and that money in defence, even with those budget picks, will affect your ability to spend in midfield and up front. You have got the 2 12 millions though. You've got Salah and Aubameyang. Personally, I think you can navigate through these 12 million places by bringing in Man City. Are you thinking of Man City as well? You said about 3 Man United players. Have you thought about Man City at all, or are you just not in your mind at the moment?
I thought about going for Mahrez somehow, or maybe even the likes of Aguero, but it's just none of them are nailed on really. The best nailed on player you can get really attacking is Kevin De Bruyne. Expensive, so I'd probably chicken out and end up going for him instead of someone like Bruno Fernandes, but yes, it's a difficult decision really.
So 4-4-2 then, how likely is that going to be your starting formation?
I'd say probably about 80%, because there's just I can't really upgrade anyone else unless I downgrade someone like Robertson, which I really want. I think double Liverpool defence should help increase the rank, because Alexander-Arnold, I mean, his effective ownership could be over 100%. So that's just scaring me for game week 1. So I suppose having Salah will help, but if I have Robertson, I should basically be involved in every Liverpool goal. And they should score a lot this season.
Steve, what do you think about people that have Alexander-Arnold, Robertson and Salah in their team starting off the season? Do you think do you think it's a little bit rich for budget reasons, or do you think that with the fixtures that Liverpool have got, that it's a sensible, clear choice?
Well, according to somebody, I think that Trent Alexander-Arnold is an awful pick. I don't know where on earth they got that from, but when I read that, I was just like, "You're an absolute mug." But I think that having 3 of the best players from over the past 2 seasons is not a bad choice whatsoever. Let's be honest here. Trent, Robertson, Salah, beautiful. You can't go wrong.
they're not exactly going to flop, are they? So I mean, they're
proven. They're proven. Yeah. And what I see from this is the only risk in your team is Ziyech, and that's because we don't know what he's capable of in the Premier League yet.
Yeah. I do think Armstrong as well. Armstrong's not really. He's only got 3% ownership or something, and he didn't do great last year. But I saw some of his stats that were his goal assists. 90 last season were more than the likes of Grealish for 5.5 million. I mean, and they've got good fixture Southampton. So Ings will be going out. So I'm not going triple Southampton for that long. Just I need that second striker. I can pick any striker for up to 9 million for that game week. And then I want to transfer them out for Martial. So it's just picking that striker who's going to do well the first week.
Interesting, mate. I think you've played very, very, very safe. There's what's that analogy that they say in the sword and the shield? Who came out with that on the stream? I can't remember. It was
Joe from Scout.
Was it Joe that came out with that? Yeah, you're definitely playing a shield formation there, mate. And all the best of luck to you. And thank you for coming on, mate. And we'll hopefully speak to you again soon.
Oh, for having me on.
Yeah, you take care. All the best. Jeremy Corbyn there. Jeremy Corbyn!
Brand new around here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. The road to 4,000 awaits, and let's bring on Boona.
Well, he's already in. Boona, how you doing, Mucker?
Boys, can I just say what a few days it's been for you guys with these streams. I've not been able to join any of them live. It's been unreal. And first time I've seen you guys cross 400 live viewers, and it's been at that for about a good 10 minutes now. So congratulations. Honestly, you're doing an amazing job.
Thank you, mate. And thank you for coming on this evening. And you've obviously been really busy with everything that's been happening. Are you ready? Have you looked at your team? Have you been planning for the opening start of the season? Are you confident you've got a formula in hand?
Yeah, I'm 100%. I know I'm 100% going 3-5-2. I put my team in team screenshots at 1706. I've actually been on this team for about 4 days now, which is quite surprising.
Well, 4 days.
Yeah, so there's probably two players that I am unsure whether I'll hold on to, but they're kind of differentials in Tierney and Maddison. Now, you guys know how I play this game. I like to have my differentials when I'm playing this game. And I'm finding it quite difficult at the moment to, find a team with good differentials which aren't too risky. There are a few players that I've considered, and I'm still considering. So the likes of Vardy, which, he's got great fixtures. His form since Christmas hasn't been brilliant, but Leicester's fixtures are great. So he could be an in, and not one that many are considering. But it's just working out the team around that, and it's difficult.
I have to say, again, that this team is very strong. It's a very, very strong team. I think the terms of Maddison, obviously, a couple of years ago, it was a no-brainer to have him in. Could it be a good start of the season for Maddison? I mean, the fixtures are there. People aren't looking. I haven't seen a lot of people considering Maddison. I know Steve-O's not a massive fan of Leicester. The way they finished the season, they were pretty appalling. Are you playing with your Spurs rose-tinted goggles on in the sense of owning Harry Kane, or was that a smart move, having that 10.5 price point just in case you want to bring in the old powerhouse Aguero at some point in the next few weeks?
It's a combination of the few factors, to be honest with you, Jason. I have always played this game with my Spurs goggles firmly on. I've always done that. But at the same time, this time round, I think having him there as a placeholder for the likes of Martial or Aguero, I think is a very clever move. I'm also trying to find a way to bring Son in, but it's difficult, and it would mean having to get rid of the likes of Ziyech, which I'm not saying I won't do, because he's unproven in this league. He's done it on the international level, but we've seen tons of players come from abroad and not make it in this league. So with Liverpool, the second fixture, I don't think it's necessarily a bad move trying to see how Ziyech fits in the first two games.
The thing is, if you've got Kane, do you need Son?
I probably don't need him, but Spurs' fixtures aren't too bad. Plus,
no.
Son's value, because it's higher up, it means that, you know, come game week 3, I'd be more likely to and be able to get in a more premium United or City asset, as opposed to having Ziyech or you know, Maddison, or, you know, for argument's sake. I'm trying to think ahead as well at the same time, like, what transfers am I going to make now? When the game was launched and, you know, the fixtures came out, my early thought process was that, yeah, I'm wildcarding game week 2, I'm wildcarding game week 3, but I haven't had a, you know, deeper look into it, and also putting into context, you know, everything that's going on with COVID. I'm stepping away from the wild card a bit and starting to think, could I use 2 free transfers, or, you know, even a -4 to bring in 2-3 players from United and City? That's my current thought process.
Stevo?
I'm virtually in the same thought process as Boomer, to be honest with you. There's nothing I can really... I'm surprised Tierney over Dyer. I'd have thought save that 0.5.
I've got Tierney and Mitrovic in my team, Stevo, and I'm a little bit like, do you know when you got 2 players playing against you? I really want Mitrovic to bang against Arsenal, but then I also want Tierney to get me the points as well, and you can't have both. So I know we're playing for the fixtures, and Arsenal's fixtures and Mitrovic's fixtures are really nice, but does that feature in your planning with your team at all, Boona?
Absolutely not. That's not even coming to my mind. I know that they're facing each other. It's one game. And if anything, you're increasing the probability of getting one return from one or the other. Mm-hmm. You don't need all 11 players to return. That doesn't matter, you know? It doesn't make a difference. But, Steve, you make a valid point regarding Eric Dyer. And I know a lot of people are like, what's the whole, you know, the fuss, and what's the
hype
around
Adam
Eric
Wheeler's
Dyer? Yeah,
that.
exactly. Well, the hype is... Jose Mourinho loves Eric Dyer. Eric Dyer, for me, is probably the first defender on that team sheet now at centre-back. The caveat and probably the only risk you've got is Spurs have got quite congested period of fixtures before the season and during the early season because of European qualifiers and cup games. So that's the only worry. We've got a few players that can play in their centre-back positions. So it really does depend where Dyer, you know, I'd imagine Dyer would play the league games, and if he does at 5 million, I think he's great value. And despite the fact that Tierney looked, you know, the reason Tierney's in my team is he looked really, really good, I think, in the restart. He was very attacking, and that's why he's in there, because I think if Arsenal can start to keep a few more clean sheets, and it's, you know, it could happen. With Martinez in goal, I think he made a massive difference for them. He's another player not many people are talking about, you know, with Leno coming back. But is Leno coming back? Is he going to go straight back in that team is the question.
That's it. The uncertainty behind it is probably what's causing people to steer away, I think.
I don't think Leno's due to be back anytime soon either. And well, not for the first few game weeks.
I think the more we approach game week 1 officially, the more these teams are going to change. I know that even though I'm pretty much set with my team, there are certain players in my team I'm a bit meh about. Like, for argument's sake, like take Maximum, I could swap it for Armstrong, Southampton. It's coverage I kind of want to have in Southampton. You've just mentioned Tierney there. I have got that 0.5 to upgrade someone to, or even downgrade down to Tierney and everything. It's just I'm looking at it from a point of view, I don't want to be wasting transfers on certain players, so I'd rather just have them from the off and then be able to do those transfers, like for argument's sake, Salah to Sterling, whatever, for example's sake. But no, I'm liking the look of the team. Boona, I think it's.
No, I appreciate that.
Did you see Tottenham by any chance yesterday in the friendly?
I didn't. No, I've not had time. I saw the result. But yeah, I think I've seen rumours that Sergio Aurier, there's a good chance he'll be leaving to join Milan. Is it? I think.
Yes.
You know, then it depends like whether we sign anyone. If we don't, then I tell you one player no one's mentioned, and understandably so. But I think Tanganga will become a starter this season, and I'm not sure if he's priced at 4.5 or 5. I think it's 5. But even if he does, he could be a brilliant option, genuinely. But it's a wait and see. But yeah, just generally moving forward, I think we need to think about the first 2 game weeks, but we also need to think ahead, because there's certain teams who have got brilliant fixtures. United, City, like they've got good fixtures coming up from 2-3 onwards. But Wolves is another team in my mind. Now, I'm really intrigued if I knew Podence was starting, I'd probably put him in over Armstrong because I just like Wolves. If I knew Jota was starting, I'd 100% make a way to put Jota in. Yes, he didn't have a great season last season, but we've seen what he's capable of in the previous.
Hello, stop! Hold the press! Hold press! Hold press! What we got going on outside Steve-O's house at the moment?
No, it's the annoying ice cream van.
I'll have
you carry on
I'll have a flake 99, please, Steve-O. There we go. Thank you very much.
I'm muting.
He's back. He's back.
He's back. The ice cream man is back, ladies and gentlemen. For those who don't know, he makes the odd appearance, and it's normally when Steve-O's ranting about a travesty that's happened in fantasy football. It gets him always at the wrong time. Bruna, sorry, mate. What were you talking about?
I was talking about Wolves assets and
Podence. Is it Podence or Podence?
Whoever, that guy.
Yeah.
From game week 3, Wolves' fixtures are so good. And it's just a case of, seeing whether I can also manufacture Doherty in early so he's not a transfer later on. But then in game week 2, they play City. So, what do you do? It's a difficult one.
Definitely.
But yeah, no.
Buna, I mean, we're going to have you all come on the show, I'm sure, as we get closer to the start of the season and into the game week 1 and onwards. Can I have you as a witness, Steve? Can we get an agreement here that if you are above me this season and you hear the ice cream van chime, will you promise to stop what you're doing and run out of your house and buy an ice cream live on air?
No, I'm not wasting my money. I'd rather
Come on,
get Ben
it's
Jerry's.
99p.
That's still more than what we get paid.
Oh, anyway.
Damn it. 50p for swearing.
Oh, damn it.
Jason, before we move on to the next caller, can I just say, those people that are watching, I know we asked in the chat, but please do hit that like button and subscribe. It helps massively. We've seen it in the past few days.
It's happening.
There's an algorithm within YouTube. The more you're liking these videos, the more YouTube are sharing it, the more coverage it's getting, and for good reason, because Elite FPL is one of the best, if not the best, out there. So do that, and I will catch you in the live chat. Cheers guys.
Buna. Thank you for your support, mate. Yeah.
Awesome.
Cheers, guys. If you do like the content, hit that like button. It really helps us be shown to the wider audience on YouTube. And the next caller is we've got new flip-flops in the way room. I've not seen that name yet. We've got a lot of new faces here. Good evening, new flip-flops. I believe you're new to the show. Can you hear me? You got your microphone muted, Mr. Flip-flops.
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing?
Yeah, good.
Where are you from?
England.
England, and you've got a new pair of flip-flops.
It's an old name.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it like a bit of a joke somewhere in that, or is it an in joke?
Nah, just when I first on my Xbox.
Oh, right,
10, 15 years ago. That's what we called it.
Cool. Okay. What was the days of Call of Duty Modern Warfare?
Yeah.
Search and destroy and all that jazz. Overgrown. Like it. New flip-flops. You're on the show. Have you posted the team and the team screenshots? Yes, you have. Let's bring it up. Confident?
Not really. Didn't do well. First time last year. I've done awful.
Where did you finish?
Oh, below the top million or whatever. So
okay, so you take it. Did you take it seriously last season, or were you quite?
Well, we had our own mini league. That's why I took it seriously.
And where did you finish in your mini league, if you don't mind me asking?
6th. There's only 8 of us, but there's a forfeit at the end. So whoever come last has to do the forfeit.
Oh, at least you didn't come last then.
Yeah.
Well, for someone that you finished outside the top 1 million, you've obviously been digesting certain FPL content around the different platforms, because I can see a lot of familiar faces in this team. You have chosen to go with Son.
Yeah.
I've seen this team about 1 million times. What can I honestly say? For those listening in on audio, McCarthy, Alexander-Arnold, Vinagre, Justin, Salah, Aubameyang, Maximin, Son, Werner, Jimenez, and Mitrovic. I mean, all of these players are goal scorers. Well, I say all of them, the midfielders and the attackers, and they are proven in the Premier League to do the job. Mitrovic has got the fixtures, of course, to get on early on in the season. Hope for a strong start from Fulham. Defence-wise, you've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, you've got Vinagre, great fixtures, and it's who's in for the foreseeable. Justin, it's just an ends to a means at the end of the day, but or means to an end. Steve-O, this is pretty much template. Have you got any? What have you come on the show for? Let me ask. Just curious, because have you got a question about any of your players that you're not sure of?
Well, I'm not sure of. This sounds stupid, but I'm not sure of Werner.
Right. Okay. So, Timo Werner then. Why?
It's just never played in the Prem, and I feel Lampard won't be signing him all the time.
So, risk of rotation and lack of any sample data from him playing in the Premier League is possibly a bridge too far when it comes to selecting him for game week 1. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Valid points. Are we just being blinded on his form last season and his previous seasons and jumping on him a little bit too soon before we know anything? I liken him to slightly what was going on with Pepe last season, where people were ramping up Pepe, saying how he was going to explode out the blocks for Arsenal. He never really did.
No.
Possibly. Who would you? The question is, if you took Werner out, who would you switch him for, and where would you spend the money if you were to downgrade?
I would get Martial in, because you saw how well he done after the break.
He blanks what a game week 1, doesn't he? So
yeah. So I'd bring him in. I'd maybe keep Werner for the first 3 games.
Okay.
See how he does, and if he's not performing by then, might look to switch him out for Martial. Bring Greenwood in for Son, and De Bruyne in for Aubameyang.
Yeah, I can see those things. I mean, ultimately, Steve-O, do you think Werner is a risk that people are not considering, or? Let's be honest, most people are willing to take that risk, aren't they?
Yeah, I hear certain individuals making very valid points about the lack of experience and everything, but I don't know. This is a ridiculous thing to say, but if Messi was to sign for Man City tomorrow and he came in at the game at 15 million, everybody's going to buy him, and they're not going to say, can he do it in Premier League? Slightly different, I know, but looking at Werner's stats and everything, goal-scoring record, I'm just going to say it again, he's a freak of nature, and Chelsea score goals. You put it in the right areas, he's going to put it in the back of the net. Same with this Ziyech. Ziyech is, again, from what I basically have read, just sets up goals, and if you can find the right people. But I do fully appreciate the understanding, like the fact that he's got Liverpool next game. Maybe you could look at him across 2 games, and then if he doesn't perform against Brighton and Liverpool, then maybe back off. Yeah, precisely. Yeah, just or if he was to perform in the first 2 games, then it's an easy downgrade to him. Yeah, it's only 9.5 really. Starting, like, for argument's sake, like in some ways in the back of my mind, I think starting with Kane could be, or Kane or Ings, to start with, have that $1 million in the bank. Just see how Werner starts, and if he starts off really well, then by game week 3, right, smash into him. I don't know, but it's like we said with Vince, price changes.
Price changes is going to upset a lot of people, I think, this early game weeks.
I just feel in the first game against Brighton, Monday night football at the Amex, Werner scores a hat-trick and it's just the title. Easy, isn't it? See it in all the red tops, easy, innit? What's this Premier League all about? It's not in front of fans either. It's all behind closed doors still. I think he's going to do really well personally. I'm jumping on that. Chelsea.
Golden boot candidate for you, Steve-O?
If Chelsea can continue attacking like they were doing, absolutely.
Where does Giroud and Abraham feature in Lampard's plan this season?
Backup.
Cup games and backup, yeah?
Yeah, they're good enough to come off the bench, but as starters, Giroud's a great
I like Giroud. See,
score enough.
I feel sorry for Giroud because he plays really well and he links up really good with Pulisic and the midfield, and
he misses so many chances. That's his problem. He's like.
So does Mohamed Salah. No, but I know what you're saying. So
Giroud gets so many opportunities, and he just gets that one goal a game when in reality he could be getting 2 or more. And I'm just still
impact sub. We saw him as an impact sub, haven't we? So
absolutely, yeah. And it would concern me if, again, you've got 2 weeks and 6 days to check over the starting positions of Werner and everything, and if he's predominantly playing it on the left-hand side or whatever, c'est la vie, see you later. But if he is up front, it all changes our thought processes. I'm telling you now, by game week 1, all of us, you, me, everyone will probably be thinking, do I really want Werner now? Do I really want Ziyech?
It's going to be the people that it's the people that are thinking outside the box now that have got a plan. Will they break? That is a question. The mental fortitude of people who.
I think people like FPL Cheddar that we had on, or Jeremiah Corbett, whatever he wants to be called, I think he had the most simple and logical strategy, which is have proven 11 players.
Well, it's safe. It's a safe strategy.
It's safe. And you know what?
It's not necessarily going to give you the best points, but it's a safe strategy that's going to give you a above average score.
Yeah, it's not risk either. He's not going Ziyech, Werner, and so on and so forth. He's gone with the proven players of the Premier League. And that's great. I think it's a perfect. And this team here, in front of us, I think it's a solid enough team not to worry about anything really. I think it's great.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add, Flip Flops, before we get on the next caller?
No,
you're new around here. First time on the show.
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
It's good. I like how it's set up.
Cool. Are we going to see you in the Discord going forward?
Yeah, probably.
Awesome. Well, thank you, mate. I hope you enjoy your time here, and we'll speak again soon.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers, dude.
Cheers, dude.
That was new Flip Flops, everybody. Steve-O, we've got quite a lot of people queued up in the old waiting room there. You want to pick?
Well, I was going to say, what I'm going to do is scan quickly across certain teams.
Yeah, start doing that while
Well, I'll tell you who is different. Tekkers.
Right.
Tekkers. He's got a very different team. In fact, it's very, very interesting.
Right, okay. Tekkers. Tekkers 3773. Good evening. How are you?
Hello, can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear, Mr. Tekkers. Whereabouts are you from?
I'm from Cheltenham.
Cheltenham? No, not too far away. Not too far from me then.
No.
How's things, Tekkers? You alright?
Yeah, very good. Yeah, not too bad at all.
Had a good weekend?
Yeah, pretty decent. Yeah, been tinkering with the old FPL side. So, if you're having a look at that and things. Yeah, I mean, on Steve-O's point about it looking different, it certainly is. It's with Game Week 3 in mind, because for me, there's a concept that a lot of people are forgetting, and that is that the transfer window finishes after Game Week 4. And so with Foden and Greenwood specifically, that is basically the team I would like to have if I could. But, being a United fan, I know that we do late business. And so I just haven't heard anybody reference it, really. That, the transfer window could really mess up people's plans. I just wanted to know what your thoughts on it were, really.
Steve-O?
I wouldn't be looking too much into transfer plans. I remember I've been playing this game for quite a while, and I remember planning around transfer windows and everything, and it never comes to fruition.
Yeah, it's Greenwood.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's going to happen, but the Sancho saga, whether United again get somebody subpar late, I'm not sure.
I'd love it if that transfer went through, but my understanding, like everybody's, is it ain't going to be happening now.
Yeah,
but,
agreed.
But this actual team.
So this team, so talk me through this, because this is a team that you want to have. What, game week 2, game week 3?
Yeah, so my basically this is the kind of side that I'd created before fixtures came out, because in my opinion that midfield with regards to price points is really good. I know I don't have Souček, who's a good lower option, but I do have Antonio's kind of West Ham focus in there. For me, Wood is the best value striker in the game. I know he might not potentially score all the points that people like Werner and I've heard you guys discuss him, but for me, Wood at 6.5 is a gimme, and I'm just going to want him.
He's 6, isn't he?
No,
6?
Wood 6.5.
Oh, is he? Oh,
yeah.
Do you think Mitrovic is a better option?
I know that you love him, but I just think that he's gonna play in a team that struggle to score. I think Fulham will really struggle this year. He kind of plays into my thought process on getting a forward from a team which, they're their main guy. But I just think Fulham will really struggle. But if I wanted him, I can easily get to him from Antonio or Wood.
I think Mitrovic is a flat track bully, much like Dini, in the sense that he will take advantage of any defenders that are anyone that makes a single mistake. I think I can see him starting off well. I really can. But I can't predict the future or anything like that. But I look at that team. What's the plan then? Because I'm obviously the money. So I'm assuming Aubameyang is going to be De Bruyne.
Yeah. So I mean, in terms of that's the reason partially why I'm watching you guys is because I've almost got to try and work backwards. So if this is what I want to have game week 3 or 4, whatever I kind of choose, I've got to work backwards. So De Bruyne for Aubameyang is an obvious one.
You're penciling in players' names underneath.
I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm trying to. So I'm trying to work out whether I can, have a price structure which allows me to get to these guys if I choose to.
It's two 12 million price points. So Aubameyang and Salah, most people aren't going Mane. So having Aubameyang and Salah allows you to switch them out. People thinking like myself, bringing Bruno in, and then bringing in De Bruyne. For one of Salah, maybe Salah Aubameyang are probably going to be in and out of my team for the first 8 or 9 game weeks. They're going to be in and out. It's going to be hokey cokey for me.
For me, Aubameyang's. I mean, you talk about flat track buddies. He is that in a nutshell. So I'll look to get him in when he's playing against subpar opposition. When he's playing against anybody in the top 6, I don't want to touch him, to be honest. Foden for me, I've talked about Wood. Foden is superb value if he plays. I don't know whether he is the David Silva replacement. No, for me, there's another Silva at that club that's pretty good.
The thing is, Foden is Pep does like Foden.
Yeah,
and he's going to get more time this year than last year. I'm certain of that. And
I would agree.
And it's 6.5. It's worth taking the risk. It's worth taking the risk. Even if he does get benched, it's worth taking the risk at 6.5 to have him there in your starting lineup.
I am conscious of
potential is just ridiculous on him.
Yeah, I'm conscious of that. I want to have at least one good bench player, and so that's why I've got Vinagre, because just in case Foden does get dropped, you kind of have that natural fill-in. Robertson, I've just got him because I think everyone's going to have Trent. So if you want to capitalise on a Liverpool clean sheet, you've kind of got to. I have thought about Doherty. I'll probably weigh that up close to the time. And then Davis, I just think Tottenham will be pretty stout defensively. I don't think that they're going to be great going forward. So if I'm honest, I'm not looking at Son or Kane. I just think that their manager's dull. So I don't think he's going to want to attack as much as people would want him to. I love Son. I think he's a great footballer.
Ryan in goal.
Yeah, I mean, that's between him and McCarthy. I'm a set and forget guy. I don't want the headache of rotation. I always get it wrong.
I would go with McCarthy all day long.
Yeah. I think Brighton in my opinion, are better defensively. But
I think Brighton will be under the cosh more than Southampton.
Agree. I can see what you're. Yeah, that's another kind of flip decision that I'll have to have a look at. But yeah, I mean, in terms of the front two, I could probably start with Werner if I wanted to. Downgrade Greenwood to somebody like St Maximum. I've got 2 million there already. I can play around with it, but I just wanted to kind of put it to the table that this was what I would be looking for from Game Week 3, because I know Steve always says about the United and City players, and this is kind of what I would like if I can get it. I just don't know whether I'll be able to get it.
Well, I mean, it's not impossible to transfer out to those players. I mean,
no,
you look at 2 or 3 game weeks, and you can migrate around into that sort of bunch of players. I mean, Pulisic instead of Ziyech.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that comes down to I think you said on the last caller, or might be Steve, sorry, about proven Premier League players. I just quite like to start with players that I know have been there, done that. I'm not saying Ziyech won't, and he's easy enough to get to if I decide he's really good. I know he's a good footballer. It's just the physicality of the Prem. I know Pulisic can do it. That game against, was it Liverpool last year, where he scored after he came off the bench? Yeah. That was just unbelievable, and I can't really get that out of my mind. I just think he's very, very good. So I'll probably go on.
Sorry, no, carry on. Sorry, finish your point.
I'll probably start with him if he's fit. If not, I just get Ziyech and have the 0.5 to put somewhere else. Really.
Sorry, you were not finished. Carry on.
No, I was. Yeah, sorry. Yes.
Are you not worried about having no sort of mid-premium assets up front? Obviously, your money's...
I mean, the Chelsea Pulisic, Ziyech, that position. I really want Salah, De Bruyne, Greenwood, Foden. So it would be probably downgrading Pulisic. I mean, before the season, I wanted Souček, but I look at his fixtures and they're horrendous. So whether I go Pulisic down to a 5.5, I've got 3 million. Then I go Antonio up to Werner, that's 9.5. That would be kind of how I'd look at it. Could do it in 2 moves.
I'm thinking, obviously, the worry with likes of Danny Ings, Jimenez.
Yeah. I mean, for me, Jimenez is more of a worry than Ings. Jimenez is very, very steady. Ings had a great season last season again. I'd like to see him kind of start like that again, and then I would, take it a little bit more
only a few weeks ago,
value.
Isn't it?
I know.
I know. If had a massive break, but no, I see your points.
Yeah. Whether other sides start to think, how can we mark him out of the game? Because he's their player. I do actually really like Armstrong from Southampton.
I do.
I know a lot like St Maximum.
Very lively.
But I think he's a good player. Yeah, he just seems to always be there or thereabouts. And him, Redmond, and Ings last year I thought were brilliant. But so that's kind of my thoughts on it. But yeah, it's just a different structure of team, I guess. I know a lot of people have Werner, a lot of people have Mitrovic.
You're the first caller that's come on that's got their Game Week 3 team up on the screen, and
it might be a mistake.
Looking to work backwards, I mean, it's different, Steve-O, isn't it?
It's different, but I keep saying this. I'm going to keep saying this now. Price rises, price falls, price changes. So we're well and good having all of us having a plan. I've got one. Jason's got one. You've got one. Everybody's got one.
Yeah.
And those price changes happen. Panic is all I will say.
Spanner in the works. That is the question. That is the thing, isn't it, with price changes, especially when you're working on a real tight budget. Where, let's be honest, majority of people are using every single drop of cash.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's worth thinking about. If you can come out, if you're happy with the strategy that you've got and you're going to employ, then go with it. Because it's different, and because it's different, it could pay off.
To go on Steve-O's point, I'll make sure that I have a team Game Week 1 that I like, and then if I can't get it through price rises, at least I'm still happy with it. What I definitely don't want to do is wildcard early. I'm going to try and hold as long as possible, as best I can.
Brilliant.
Well, thank you ever so much for coming on the show. First time,
no problem, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, everybody.
Hopefully, whereabouts again? Cheltenham.
Cheltenham, yeah.
Cheers, buddy. Thanks for coming on. And it's a bit overcast today, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not. It looks like it's going to tip down. It's not great.
You take it easy, mate. All the best.
Thanks, buddy. See you later. Bye bye.
Oh, brilliant.
Next caller. We're running out of time slowly. Hack Champ has got something very different.
Right, I'll bring Hack Champ's been brought in. Let's see if he unmutes himself. I see people are joining the Discord in their droves, which is always good sign. Hack Champ, where about you? I see Blind Faith is posted in there as well. Another team. Hack Champ, can you hear us?
Hello.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
I'm not too bad. There's a bit of an accent there.
Yeah, I'm from Leeds.
Oh, right. Oh, God.
I wonder why there's three Leeds players. Now it makes sense.
You're
I'm not actually a Leeds fan, funnily enough, but...
Oh, who's your team then?
I put it in the Newcastle.
No, your team. Oh, you're a Newcastle fan.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leeds
Why
United.
Newcastle?
My dad supports Newcastle. A lot of my family's from there, so...
Oh, I see.
Steve-O, go ahead.
Well, straight away, what's with the 3 Leeds players?
Well, Dallas, I think, is an easy option. He's cheap. He'll just be fodder most weeks, and I don't think Leeds' fixtures are bad as people are making out. I think they're playing City and Liverpool in the first 4, but after that they're not too bad. So yeah, I'm happy with him. The midfielder I've got in there, I don't actually know much about him, but someone in Discord was talking about him. Played well in the Championship apparently, so I just stuck him in there. And Bamford is just for money reasons. I don't really have enough money to spend on a better striker, so
I have to say, straight off the bat, that I don't like this team. And I don't like this team because, well, for a multitude of reasons. Bamford's up against Trent Alexander-Arnold. Che Adams is up against Ferguson. You've got Dallas there up against Trent Alexander-Arnold as well. The 2 defenders up against each other. The midfield is the only place I see, other than Alexander-Arnold, where you're going to get points here, and that's probably out of your captain Aubameyang and one of either Ali or Ziyech. It's too much risk for me. I couldn't start off a season with 3 Leeds players. Did you watch them in the Championship last year by any chance?
not much. A little bit towards the end of the season, but yeah, not much.
Are you thinking that? So you're thinking they're gonna ease into the Premier League quite well? It's not going to be a shock to them, and that straight off the bat 3. You're happy with owning 3, and I don't know much about Cabano.
Well, Cabano plays for Fulham. He's not Leeds.
Oh, I do apologise.
Wonder why I couldn't find him.
I thought. Sorry, I do apologise. I didn't know that. There you go. Teaching me something I didn't know. Cabano plays for Fulham. I never heard of him. Absolutely never heard of him. Talk to me about Cabano then for Fulham. Why is he in your team?
Yeah, I think it was King Kun. I saw him talking about him in Discord.
Yeah.
Saying that he looked quite lively, so I just stuck him in there for now. But he could just be downgraded to a 4.5 or something. I mean, the team it doesn't look as strong as a lot of other people's, but I think it's because I've got my bench is very strong.
Yeah, so I can see that. Yeah,
bring in those players in game week 2, and I don't want to have the hassle of trying to take hits because I think City and United are both going to do really well this season.
Ake starts.
Cabano played only 101 minutes.
Well, yeah, there you go. I don't know much about him, so
yeah, I didn't get a goal. I don't like this team, my friend. It's a bit too. It's a bit too risky for my blood. How sure are you with these picks? Let's be serious now. How sure are you?
To be honest, I'm quite confident in the team. I'd say my main issue at the moment is because Martial, he's only worth 9 million and I haven't got any money in the bank. So if like Kane or Aguero starts popping off, I won't be able to get them in easily. So I might downgrade elsewhere to make sure I've got money in the bank so I could do that if I needed to.
I mean, let's be honest. I've been completely ignoring your bench. You're setting yourself up for game week 2 onwards, aren't you? Obviously.
Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you wouldn't be playing these players otherwise. I mean, I'm looking. So essentially, the question I'm going to ask you is: are you willing to take a red arrow game week 1 to be ahead of the curve game week 2?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm more confident in I just think City and United are both going to do really well. You know what you're going to get with City. They keep a lot of clean sheets. They score a lot of goals. Martial was excellent last season. I think if he stays injury free, he's going to have a great season again. Maybe 3 might be overkill. So what I could do is maybe put Mane in for the first week instead of Sterling, and then switch him out, something like that, to make my game week 1 team a bit stronger.
Yeah, 3 might be a bit too much. Where you can also obviously do a transfer to bring in that third player. I see why you're doing it, but I just think you're going to get whatever point gain you're going to get game week 2. I think you're just going to draw even. Like at the best case, I think you might be trying to be a little bit too smart here. I certainly would be considering 2. If you're going to do this strategy, benching 2, and then having that money spent to upgrade Cabano, because Cabano, yeah, not for me. Not for me. Steve, you got anything you want to add to that? You're muted, by the way. I can't hear you, by the way.
Is Ake gonna start? You confident he'll be a starter?
Well, you never know with Pep, but I think so. Yeah, I reckon he'll start, but it's obviously a risk because you know that City team. You got players like Mahrez who get benched, and so I don't know. I can't 100% confidently say he'll start, but
Rude Bland Pistol Boy. I like what he's done with his name there. Said Tierney over Bellerin. Why have you got Bellerin?
Because I don't have enough money for Tierney. Otherwise, I would go for him.
There you go, Rude. Yeah, okay. Different. Thank you for bringing it to our attention. A different lineup than we would normally be used to seeing, of course, with those 3 powerhouses on the bench. My advice, if I can impart any advice, if I qualify to do so, would be to go with a 2 in the bench if you're going to do that, and bring some more money into your team, and then obviously switch it out come game week 2. Steve-O, any final words to give to Hack Champ, who's kindly come on tonight?
Good luck.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers, buddy. Will you come on again?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Come on again with a big grin on your face if you do well game week 1. Promise me that.
Let's hope, yeah.
Cheers, dude. Thank you ever so much. Hack Champ, everybody. Wow, that's different. What are the guys in the chat saying? I am reading your comments. Go for the 4.0 keeper. Hello, Rad Lad. Crazy Jack, also known as the Lacazette fan club. Not sure I agree, Jason. Whilst everyone is using free transfers to get Sterling, Martial, this guy could get on the early bandwagons. Well, you can still do that, but not have 3 on the bench, Daniel. I mean, is it at the end of the world using a transfer to bring in one of Sterling or Martial? Can I do your team? If you come on Discord, I can, yeah. Is Gomez starting? It's probable, Samuel. Why is everyone afraid of -4s? Says Lewis. I don't think people are afraid of -4s. I just think they're just trying to plan ahead. Just changed Ziyech to Ings, and now I feel sorted, says Vince Chapman. Kane or Timo Werner? Timo Werner. Steve-O?
Kane.
Oh! There we go. Divisive. Right, next caller. Steve-O, pick him out.
Well, Wesley's been in there for a while, so probably Wesley.
Good evening, Wesley. How are you doing? Good evening, Wesley. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, mate. You're very quiet, Wesley. Can you say something?
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. You're on your Apple Mac. It's the first time I've seen an Apple Mac screenshot on the stream.
Gonna win the league, apparently.
Yeah, tell me.
Can you get yourself close to your mic? Can you turn your mic up or get close to the mic? It's just a bit quiet. That's all at the moment.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Right, so McCarthy and goal, O'Shea. Okay. Alexander Arnold, Vinagre, Aurier.
Yeah, it's an old one. An old.
Wait, this is an old one? Have you not got a newer screenshot?
Hello?
Oh, yeah. Hello, mate. My team will win the league. That's what you've said. Why do you think your team's going to win the league? Oh, I think we're having audio issues here with Wesley. Wesley, mate, we're going to have to get you off, mate. You can't hear me, obviously. I think you might be listening into the stream or something like that, but he can't hear us. We can't hear him. Wesley's going to win the league with John O'Shea. He might know something I don't. We've got loads of people. Jack Parry. Let's bring Jack Parry on. Good evening, Jack. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, very well. Very well.
You haven't got John O'Shea in your team, have you?
Sorry, can you hear me? You're really quiet on my end. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right. Well, I just want to say it's I've been watching you for probably about 8 or 9 months, and it's been an absolute pleasure, lads. I just want to say that it's I haven't come on before, but it's been an absolute pleasure.
Oh, thank you ever so much for saying so.
More smoke on my backside. Tell us why.
I can't quite hear you, unfortunately, lads. Hang on.
Are you on your phone?
I just want to say, all I want to say, right, mainly, is that all these people with these Chelsea assets in their teams, Werner's God knows what owned, right? Ziyech seems to be in everyone's team now. Unless your name is Hans bloody Adolf or whatever, right? How do you know? That's what I want to know.
Are you referring to possible price drops if they don't start off the season strong?
No, I want to know. Like, they haven't played in this league yet. You don't know for sure they're going to start, and all these people with them in their teams. I don't understand how they can genuinely say with their heart that they know that they're going to do well, and how they can have them in their teams.
To be fair, we don't know about anybody in the Premier League. We have proven Premier League players, of course, the likes of Salah, Kane, Trent, Aubameyang, etc., but these are players joining a very, very attacking team. They're proven quality in the leagues they're coming from. They've done very well in the Champions League. I think it's worth paying. I mean, I do understand where you're coming from. I've heard a few people say that maybe, and it is something that's kind of slowly making me think that maybe start with the proven players, i.e. take Werner out, take Ziyech out, bring in, I don't know, whoever for whoever. But I'm willing to back it.
I think it could be a risk that pays off. But I think perhaps my issue is more with the Ziyech owners, because I like to think you often see an FA Cup game, and a League One player, League Two player plays very, very well against a big team, and essentially I take the same sort of narrative with the Dutch league. We call the French league a farmers' league. What does that make the league Ajax is playing in? That's what I want to know, and I don't know how people can be so confident to start him in their starting 11.
Well, it's more the thought process.
The price points as well, isn't it? It's the price points as well. I mean,
yeah, and how he's performed in the Champions League. He's done very well in that, from my understanding. Again, I'm only basing this on information I've read or heard. And up against Brighton, Liverpool, I still think are going to be on the beach. I mean, yesterday they win 3-0 and some pre-season friendly. Mane and Salah, did they do anything? Nope. So you can only read so much into this, but I do understand where you're coming from, and it is making me personally think. It really is. And this is why I love doing these shows, because as much as I can say, or Jason can say, I am set with this, which I'm about 85-90% certain with the team I've got, with the odd player here or there. I love having these conversations because it does make me think maybe they are right. Maybe actually having Ings over Werner is probably better. Maybe I can get that extra million, stick it in the bank and stuff. I like your thought process. I mean, what are you planning on doing with your first opening game week team? I know you haven't posted your team in here, but
hang on. I don't know. I haven't been on here before. I don't know if I can post it now. It won't be a second. Hang on.
Yeah, you can post it in the team screenshots channel.
Yeah, I've just posted it in now there, lads.
It's interesting, isn't it? Does it make you think, Jace, about unproven players in the Premier League, or do you think actually, their quality shines?
The thing is, at 8 million, I think Ziyech is only going to go up. I think I could see him rising up to 9 million within a short period of time.
I mean, where did Fernandes come from? Portugal? You know.
It's going to be. Yeah. Bruno Fernandes is brilliant. He came straight in, hit the ground running. I think the same with Chelsea. I think Ziyech will suit Lampard's style of play. He's very attack minded, and with Werner as well. I think he's gonna have so much service that. Do you want to be taking a risk and not owning him with so many people bringing him in, or do you want to go with historical assets that you've seen and almost know what to expect from? That is the question. It's like we saw a moment ago with the strategy of benching players, and playing a B team essentially. It's everyone's got their own thought processes when it comes to this game. There's no right or wrongs, and we don't pretend to say that there's any right or wrongs. It's just trying to minimize the risk is key, especially at the start of the season, because you can afford to take more risks at the start of the season than later on. But you've also got to be a bit clever about what you're doing as well with your team. I mean, looking at that at the moment. This is your team, isn't it? The one that's got Fernandes and Greenwood.
It is, yeah. It is.
So what are you doing? You're going to bench Fernandes and Greenwood then?
Yeah, I mean, I just think I bought in Martial pretty early on last year, and I just thought it was unbelievable how the Man United players went up in price in those opening sort of like, I don't know, whenever they start to do well, they go up in price so highly. That I really think putting them on the bench the first week, you'll see the benefits in the next 10 weeks. And Aubameyang, it's a bit boring, but he's pretty much penciled in as a move to De Bruyne in week 2, in week 3. Sorry, I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are doing that, and I think it's the best move.
Or Aubameyang to Salah if you've transferred out a Salah already.
I'm not getting rid of Salah. He's going nowhere. He's tried and tested Premier League.
I don't know, mate. I don't know. I mean, some of the fixtures aren't that great.
If this Manchester blank game week didn't happen, Salah would not even be in my team. I'd have Sterling.
Yeah,
I'd have Sterling in my team.
I'm not. My allegiance to Salah is not like it used to be. Like, I don't look at Salah and I think, you know what, he's a goal machine. Not like I used to. Like, I see him as a very wasteful player that gets in the right positions that just frustrates fantasy football managers. That's what I see him as. He's not like a Aguero, like who can, how can I say it? You can hit ridiculously high scores in FPL. Yeah, to me, Salah is not. I mean, it's going to bite me on the ass. I know it is. I know everyone in chat's going to be screaming at me now, going, "You don't know what you're talking about." But honestly, it's not the be all and end all owning Salah. I really don't think so. I mean, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people captaining him. Obviously, that Leeds home game, but you've got the armband on Aubameyang. Why? Is that just the way it's defaulted, or are you preferring him?
No, it's no doubt in my mind. It's on Aubameyang against.
There you go.
I mean,
there you go. So you're not even going to captain Salah. So
I'm actually but there's different reasons for that. I'm actually a Cardiff fan. And I watch a lot of the Championship, and I just want to say right now, Fulham will be the whipping boys of this season. There is no doubt in my mind. They try to pass it around the back. They are incredibly boring to watch, and they're going to get battered first game. I think. I genuinely believe that.
What I want to hear.
What? So Mitrovic, is he in your team for the fixtures or any other reason? You've obviously seen bits of Mitrovic then last season in the Championship.
Yeah, Mitrovic. I mean, I haven't said anything about Fulham not being able to nick a goal or two. I think Mitrovic will get maybe 50 to 60% of all Fulham's goals this season. And I didn't, they can score, but for every one they score, I think they'll concede 3. That's what I genuinely believe.
So how many goals would you envisage Mitrovic getting this season?
Do you know? I reckon he'll probably get. I reckon from about maybe 12 to 15, maybe. I reckon
that's a bargain, isn't it? 6.5.
I think it is. Yeah, personally.
You can probably get most of them in the first half of the season, and then, like you said,
who's
as
a
the
bargain
boys,
as well.
Yeah,
is Chris Wood. I think
you're the
Charlie
second
Taylor
person
and Chris
tonight.
Wood this season.
You're the second person tonight that said that. Steve-O, are you going to be jumping at getting Chris Wood in your team?
No. Burnley.
Why not?
We don't score goals.
You nick goals.
Proven against Norwich. It's not even how. Everybody forget that game.
I think Burnley don't score goals against teams that you expect them to score goals in. And then they turn up against teams that you don't expect them to turn up against. That's the thing with Burnley.
No, Jace. It's a simple case of we perform against anybody that's 11th or below. Anything like that, anything else, we're useless against. Leicester, Southampton.
Isn't that what you want, though?
Sorry?
Is that not what you want from a player? Potentially, you might be able to rotate him later on this season when you've got more value. Surely, knowing when they're going to perform against the weaker teams is exactly what you want from an asset.
Yeah, I mean, from game week 2, Southampton, Newcastle, West Brom, Brighton, Crystal Palace. They're 4 good fixtures that, yes, he can score in. You could apply it to any player in the division about they can score. Mitrovic is a prime example of he could score in X, Y, and Z games. But again, I'm a Burnley fan, and I'm very biased towards. I'm a bit like James when it comes to Tottenham for Planet FPL. He just says I won't touch Tottenham players, but he understands the argument as to why you'd want them. But we just don't score the goals. We don't score the goals whatsoever. And
so, what's the actual chances of that team being your team come game week 1?
Well, obviously, if Sancho goes to United, then Greenwood won't be there. If Aurier leaves, then Aurier won't be there. And Che Adams, I'm just looking for a striker around that price. But I reckon I'd say the other, what is that? That's 8 players. I reckon are pretty set,
Thank you so much, Jack Parry. I mean, for bringing on the conversation. Another one that's benching and planning for game week 2 onwards. Thank you so much, Jack, and we'll speak to you again hopefully soon.
Yeah, thank you very much, lads. Cheers,
mate.
Cheers, dude. I think probably 1 or 2 more callers.
Yeah, 1 or 2 more. Yeah, Al Ray Dos. This is crazy. We've got loads of people stacked up. We've got Al Ray Dosser in the waiting room. We've just brought him in now. He's got himself muted. So Al Ray, if you are listening to the stream, can you unmute? So, there you go. Hello, Mr. Al Ray. How you doing, mate?
Hello.
I know you've been waiting a little while. Thank you for being patient and all that. We've been trying to get through as many as possible. Al Ray, whereabouts you from, mate? Sorry.
Sorry. I'm from England.
Yeah, I know that. Whereabouts? Like what region?
North.
North. Okay, what team do you support?
I support Liverpool.
All right, okay. What do you think about me saying that I don't fear about not owning Salah? Do you think I'm crazy, or do you think I have a point?
Yeah, I think because he's so consistent, I wouldn't be able to have him not in my team. Yeah.
Like in front of goal, or point returns.
He does miss a few, but
in terms of point returns,
every season he scores 20 goals, solid.
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree that I think they're clustered up a little bit, but I don't think he's a be all or end all. I don't think he's essential to have in your team. That's my argument on him, really, especially when you've got the likes of KDB, Sterling, and others. Obviously, Bruno Fernandes as well, a cheaper price point, who I think is still going to hold his own in terms of FPL points. I've got your team up here. I'm going to go through it for anyone listening in on audio. So McCarthy in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Justin, Vinagre, Salah, Perez, Aubameyang, Armstrong, Adams, Vardy and Werner. And initially the thing that stands out to me is 2 Leicester players in your team. Why? What's your faith in Leicester? Obviously,
3 Leicester.
Sorry, 3 Leicester. Sorry, yeah. What's your faith in Leicester considering their form last season?
I think the fixtures are very good, and Justin, if they don't sign another right back, then he's going to play. So I think that's a good position, the right back of Leicester. They score quite a lot of goals. I think Perez is, for his price, considering what Barnes did last season, their points for the I know it's not like it's in spells, but throughout the whole season, Perez did similar numbers to Barnes. So I think Perez is probably decent. He's not going to stay in there forever. And Vardy, because of his price, I can bring in Aguero or Kane or Martial, depending on who does well in the first few games. But I think Vardy will probably be out by game week 5, and yeah, it just depends on who's playing well or whatever.
That's fair enough. Steve-O's not a fan of Leicester. Steve-O, what do you say when you see that team? He's got Che Adams in there.
I look at it and it's just the glaringly obvious. Like you just mentioned, it's Leicester. Their form towards the back end of last season was shambolic. It was awful. And I think there's just better value players. I mean, I'd rather have Kane ahead of Vardy. I mean, I've just seen somebody in the chat, actually, funny enough, say about, where is it here, just quickly, Lewis saying, Werner, Vardy, Kane, which 2 of the 3 are we choosing? Kane and Werner. I'd take Kane over Vardy. If you got that if you can find that 0.5 somewhere, I'd upgrade Vardy to Kane personally, or downgrade Vardy to Ings and upgrade Adams to whoever. I don't know, but I'm personally just not a fan of Leicester whatsoever. But looking at the team once again, it's solid, isn't it, Jason?
Yeah, I mean, I can't really criticise the team, to be fair. I mean, yes, Leicester didn't have a great second half to the season, but we all know that Jamie Vardy is a goal scorer. He's a proven goal scorer. Perez, for me, he's a gamble. He is a gamble, but at the price point, I think there's better options. Obviously, we're waiting on Greenwood to probably get in and switch him out, but yeah, what is your plans? Looking at that team, what is your plans for game weeks 2, 3 onwards with the Man City, Man United players? What players will be making way to make room for those assets?
I think
you're gonna be Vardy down to Martial or something like that, maybe.
Possibly. I think Sterling for Aubameyang or De Bruyne, possibly, depending on how they look in pre-season or whatever. There's a long time until the season starts, so
yeah, there is.
It depends on how it looks like the season's going to pan out or how whatever. And obviously Aguero, if he's starting in the first few games, then Vardy could easily come out for Aguero. No problem with that at all. Yeah, so I think maybe a few Man United players or maybe a few Man City players, depending on how they're playing or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, if Leicester do hit that game at a fixture away at West Bromwell, then yeah, you'd be laughing. You still got the coverage of Salah, Aubameyang, and Werner as well in that team. That you're not going to really see a massive red arrow if they don't turn up. So if Leicester don't turn up, I don't see you getting that bad of a score. Yeah, other than that, really, it's just it's a toss up, isn't it? Whether you just save that money and transfer out for United or City assets, and yeah, I haven't got anything else to say really. Have you got any final thoughts to say, Al Ray, before we move on to the next caller?
Yeah, I don't think the Leicester players are guaranteed to be in my team, and also I think quite a lot of people are looking past Yves Bissouma, Brighton. Sorry, he's quite a good player, 4.5. He was very good in was it Ligue 1 he was playing in, along with like Michael Seri. But I think Bissouma, before he joined Brighton, was a very, very good player, and quite a lot of teams were looking at him. So I think he's definitely a good option. 4.5 million.
It is, but I think it's the fixtures, isn't it? I mean, I haven't got the fixtures in front of me for Brighton. I don't know if anyone can actually remind me what they like. Let me hang on 1 second. Yeah, you got Chelsea, Newcastle, Man United. You know, they're not a great start to the season in terms of fixtures, but yeah, possibly one, if people do an early wild card, could be one that they consider bringing in, especially in the international break. I think after game week 4, do their fixtures get better? I'm not 100%. I can't really tell just at the moment, but yeah, worth thinking about. I don't think from the off that people will be bringing them in there just because of those fixtures. But thank you ever so much for coming on, and come on again if you're more than welcome to. Cheers, Al Ray. Take care, buddy. Hi, Steve-O. Let's get one more caller on.
One more caller. Who are you going to pick? Who are you going to pick out?
You pick, because there's a lot of them. I don't know where they're coming out of the woodwork. I don't know.
Where were all these people yesterday when it was just quite simply just a one question? Oh, let's bring on Waz. He's just left himself. He's just gone. Brilliant.
Well, you just drag someone in, Steve-O. I don't care who it is.
Right, and let's bring on Travis. Hello, Travis. How's it going?
What accent was that, Steve-O?
I have no idea. I don't even know what I was doing.
He's gone. You scared him away. He's gone back to the waiting room.
Rammer.
No, he's muted. Don't bring in people that are muted.
This is why I let you do it.
Bring in FPL Maverick. There we go. Let's see if he lives up to his name. FPL Maverick.
Yeah.
Bring in FPL Maverick. There we go.
You lot bring me in.
There we go. Let's bring in FPL Maverick. How you doing, buddy?
Hi there.
Are you a Maverick FPL? FPL Maverick?
I am indeed.
Well, have you posted your team in the Discord?
It's a long way back.
It's
what
1659. 1659.
Alright, 1 second. You've been waiting for quite a while then?
Since the start.
Yes.
Alright, there we go. We've picked the perfect caller then. Right, here we go. Anyone that's waiting in the Discord now, listening into the stream, you'll have your opportunity to come on in one of our future streams. Steve-O will be away next week, but they'll probably do 1 or 2 streams with the same calling format. So let's bring up this team. So, Mr. Maverick, you have got a plan.
I have got a plan, yes.
And what is your plan?
Okay, well, quite simply, after the first game week, Ings is going to be taken out and replaced with Martial.
Boom. Love it.
And then second game week, you can probably already guess what's going on here.
Salah to Bruno.
No, it's Aubameyang. Aubameyang to De Bruyne.
Really? Aubameyang to De Bruyne? You're not going to keep in Aubameyang against West Ham?
Well, there is a chance. I mean, I'm tempted
Salah
to see
at
how the first week goes.
Salah versus Chelsea or Aubameyang versus West Ham? I know who I would prefer to have in my team.
I know what you're saying.
Salah to Bruno, you know it makes sense. Come on.
It's really tough not having.
Tough what? Sorry.
Oh, he hasn't cut off, has he?
Has he gone? Oh, he's gone.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh,
Really good as well.
We were just getting into a nice. Hopefully, he jumps back in, but I'll talk. I don't see him there.
I'll ask you a question before we get going. I have never heard the name Sterling once during these streams. Not once. One of the most informed players for Man City. Was that miss in the Champions League really that off-putting? I mean, I'm being serious. I'm shocked that there's not a...
I think that people are just looking at the fixtures and looking at the here and now, and they'll consider Man City when they've seen Game Week 1. I don't think we can have a lot of people that are planning ahead.
Thank you, Bruno.
I think Sterling's one of those players with that price point where you've got to sacrifice either Aubameyang, who's an absolute must almost, now he's midfield, or Salah, which people are too attached to. Obviously too attached to at the moment. I think Maverick was just about to say that he was not that comfortable at getting rid of Salah. But I think you can play like that. I think you can be aggressive when you transfers. You can bring in players, you can take them out, the hokey, and you can benefit from it. It's an option. I think we'll probably call it there, guys. So Abdul, Blind Faith, James Palin, Matthew, NH, Rama, Repulsed, Travis 95, Rye 17. Pay attention to when we're streaming next. It'll be just myself probably next week. Wednesday. I'm going to give it a few days. Wednesday night will be the next stream, okay? 400 people, over 400 people have tuned into the show today, which is absolutely remarkable. Myself and Steve cannot thank you enough for being here with us. Hello. This camera's a bit low here. But yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you ever so much. If you haven't already, hit the like button and hit the notification bell, because that notification bell will give you the update when we go live. And you got more chance of coming on the show if you're there early. And we want to try and get through as many people as possible. And the closer we get to Game Week 1, the more chance we'll have more time to really get the callers involved and get as many callers on as possible. But yes, Steve, is there anything you want to say to finish off?
We're on the road to 4,000. We're not far off. So if you are completely brand new around here, you know what to do. Just simply hit that subscribe button. The road to 4,000 awaits, James.
How many subscribers are we away from 4,000? 120 subscribers away. So if you haven't already, and also it's very important that over 40% of all of our viewers that watch our show are not subscribed to us. So there you go.
I've seen a lot of people also, Jason. Do you want to remind people about the Invitational League, just the basic information, how to get involved, basically? Just let people know. I think that's important.
The Invitational League can be found on our website, which is on the screen now. You can go on the website into the Invitational and read all about it. The Invitational League comes as an additional package as a big thank you for being a gold member. Gold memberships are available for people that donate £25 to the show, and there'll be weekly and monthly prize draws for those golden members. Anything from a mug or a pen all the way up to a t-shirt or even a hat or even a cutout of Pookie. Who knows? We'll work it out closer to the time. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the golden membership and the Invitational League as a bolted add-on as a thank you. But yeah, myself and Steve-O will be putting money out of our own Elite FPL fund to fund the Invitational, and there's going to be some prizes to be won along the way. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think if you're a competitive player of FPL, I think the Invitational could be up for you. Could be something that you really enjoy. And find out more. I can
hear Boona coughing. Has he got a final word? What's going on, Boona?
I do. I just want to put out a bit of an exclusive before everyone runs out.
Oh.
7 p.m. this evening, I will be doing a live Q&A. Stay poised.
Oh, there we go. So if you didn't get on the show today, ladies and gentlemen, join Boona, who will be live on this channel at 7 p.m. doing a Q&A. So there you go, guys. I've got Boona's team up here already. Boona, am I mad for saying that Salah isn't important enough to be classed as an essential player to have in your team? And that I'll be getting rid of him Game Week 2?
You're insane.
Yay! That's what I like. Cheers, everybody. Thank you ever so much.
Cheers.
And Steve-O, do the admin, mate. Come on.
Okay, as simple as it goes, really. If you are completely brand new around here, if you enjoyed the show, just simply hit the subscribe button. If you've enjoyed the show full stop, simply hit the like button. Make sure you visit the website at elitefpl.com. Follow us on Twitter at EliteFPL, where you get to see some angry people like Jason, FPL Dave and James. Did I put that through Elite FPL? I can't remember now. But yeah, just follow us at Twitter at Elite FPL, where you can find out where the latest news is for the next stream. Other than that,
Discord.
Make sure you join the Discord. Yeah, the Discord. That's how you get live on air and be able to speak to myself and Jason. Other than that, cheers everybody, and well, see you in about a week.
Thank you, Steve-O. Yeah, Steve-O's off next week. He's taking a break, but he might come on as a guest on one of my shows. Steve-O, give him a big wave. Come on. Let's please the audience. He's waving. Bye, everybody.
Bye.